Now, something is about to happen that has not happened for an age. Entmoot.
Entmoot, here we go. Welcome along to the live stream this evening. Good to have you here on a Sunday evening, 8:30 in the evening. Very exciting. Just getting ready for bed and all that sort of stuff. And then bam, Entmoot live stream. We're here. And when I say we, it's not just me for this evening's entertainment. Entertainment, see what I did there? No, we're joined by none other than Tim Elwes. Woo!
Good evening.
Good evening, Tim. To people who don't know you, just give us, on a scale of indeed, as if that's likely, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how whimsical are you generally?
Generally, I'm about a 4 whimsy.
Right.
You know, yes, my day-to-day job is not whimsical, but there's like there's a subtle underlayer of my sort of onion-like nature that is just whimsy. Like, you know, when you cut the onion and it makes your eyes water, I'm eye-wateringly whimsical on occasion, but the rest of the time, deadly deadpan serious.
Peel back that sort of dry, crispy outer layer, and there's a
juicy
layer
of whimsy. That's what it says on the label.
Exactly, and you bring the whimsy. So for people who don't know, Tim often co-hosts my tournaments with me, helping out with all the computers and other various different things, and also comes on here to spread the joy of the whimsy, which is very exciting. So yeah, this is going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to this.
Do the viewers? I'm not sure whether the viewers fully understand what the whimsy. You know, does that translate to all the international viewers?
What does whimsy mean?
Whimsy actually, what we're actually talking about is not like one of those English things like cookies and biscuits or things. What, you know?
Well, that's true. Yeah, whimsy is what's the best way of describing whimsy? It's, you know, it's Tom Bombadil. Whimsy. That is, in a nutshell, Tom Bombadil equals whimsy, but also an undercurrent of power that cannot be stopped.
Yeah, I think it's a slightly different approach to playing the Toy Soldiers game that we know and love, isn't it? Or playing it with a slightly different bent than just fully optimized. Optimized for whimsy is different for optimized for winning.
Wearing slippers and a wizard's hat, that sort of thing, and a pipe.
Absolutely.
So there you go. That's the general gist of who we are. Of course, we're here this evening, not for just general bants, although that will happen. We will have some general bants. We're also going to talk largely around this event that I'm running next weekend alongside Tim, or Tim is running alongside me, depending on how you look at it. And it's called the Entmoot Invitational *. And it's happening next week. It's 20 players, which is very exciting. It's just our local gaming club, Imps Gaming. Shout out to Phil and Ian at Imps. And it's a GBHL90, which is basically ticking off a box for the kinds of GBHL events that we have yet to run, because we'd never done a 90 before. So we were keen, weren't we, Tim?
The 90 operates an interesting niche that we don't really delve into, or I don't really delve into very often. So a very exciting thing to have, just sort of cut down on those little bits of frivolity. And it's supposed to be is it supposed to be like a regional competitive thing?
That's the idea. The idea, that's what the GBHL says it is anyway. Whether people agree with that or not, I don't know. But the idea is it shouldn't have too much frivolity in terms of sort of quirks the event pack, although we'll look at our event pack later and discuss the quirks. But it's meant to be sort of competitive for local folks, basically, so that if you want to really compete and have a good competitive thing, but don't want to travel to your local or to a far away 100 pointer, then this is what it's for. So that's the idea. So we wanted to do one of those for our local folks to sort of sharpen their wits ahead of the big Lord of the Imps in October, which is in about a month's time. So that's my big GBHL 100 event. So very excited for that. And so that means we get to talk about this. But first, I just want to people. I know there's a few of you in already. Just let me know you're in. Say hi, all that sort of stuff. Let me know what you're up to. Are you painting? Are you just relaxing back after 8 hours watching Gollum's Gamers streaming their event? What are you up to? What are you up to today? Just let me know in the comments. Tim, it's been a busy. I don't know what's going on. You seem shocked and appalled by something.
No. It's just like I can't see what the comments are, and I thought I'd be like crafty and press the button on the computer, and now everything's gone bigger. I think I'll no. I won't do that.
It's okay. It's okay. There aren't many comments yet. It's just people saying hello. So it's all good.
Who's saying hello? Do you want to give them a shout out?
Jamie Ilano's in there. Nathan Talbot says he's very excited. He's semi-excited. Excuse me, for his first event in many months.
And the scene has missed him. So it'd be lovely to have.
It will be
Nathan playing on the table again.
It will be great to see Nathan back. So there's that. I just want to ask before we go into some of the other stuff. Big weekend for the old hobby, I guess. Did you get anything in the big pre-order thing yesterday? Was it yesterday?
Yeah, it kind of crept up on me, really.
Same. Here it is. Big Warhammer book.
Yep,
Woo.
I have pre-ordered that, which is very exciting. I loved the film. I'm very excited to maybe do a few of the scenarios and things from that book. So the book, cool. Really excited about that.
Yeah, because we played through the Quest of the Ringbearer book not so long ago for the podcast, and I believe we have made overtures to suggest that we might play through that one as well, which is exciting.
I think we have sort of casually committed to it.
Yes, casually committed. Yeah, that's good. And I have even painted some of the models required for it. So
I think we've got the evil side done. So yeah,
nice.
Yeah, the book. Yeah, so the whole announcement of it, it didn't get a lot of fanfare, did it?
No.
It's that article in the Warhammer community online thing, and then like these things were coming, and then lo and behold, 10 o'clock on a Saturday turns up, and you can buy the toys. So they're fantastic. Don't know when they'll come. Hopefully not long.
I think it's October the 3rd or 4th or whatever it is. So it's that weekend. It's my little one's weekend. Birthday, sorry. So that'd be good. So he gets me to get a load of toy soldiers for his birthday that I can.
You could have got him some dice as a investment.
If I was quick enough, my God, they just went so fast. So I didn't even get them. But to be fair, I did get some Dol Amroth dice, and he really enjoys shaking them. So, they haven't made themselves out of their box yet. So, but yeah,
turning useful in the next year then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yes,
I got the book ordered. You got the book ordered. What else did you get on your shelf?
I also got Helm of Hammer Hand variety.
As did I. I got a helm as well. So.
You got a helm as well, and you say you don't like the hat.
No, I don't like the hat.
It's very pointy.
I only got the helm because I found I had got a Imps Gaming loyalty voucher in my shopping cart, so I got helm as well to round off the order. I don't particularly think I'll use him, but I wanted all the heroes for a bit of a project, so got him. Hat looks rubbish. I will either try and find someone who's got a spare helmless helm head to put on my mounted helm, or I think it'll something come like that. I don't want that stupid double pointy hat.
I think it'll come with 2 helmetless helms, so I think it'll be fine.
Good, yeah, very exciting.
I think so. That's cool.
Quite nice. I'm enjoying the new sort of horsey sculpts. I think they look quite good.
I must say, I've painted I think it's Haleth, the one with the sort of non-shooty one of the Suns. And I think it's probably one of the best horses I've ever painted, not just in terms of sculpt, but also I think I've done a good job on it. So I'm very, very excited about this. It looks really good. It's they're really nice models, these new Rohan plastics.
I think I'm one of the few people who enjoys painting horses, but I'm not a horsey person, so I don't really know whether the horses are scaled properly. They look kind of, I suppose, a little bit small. I don't quite know how it works, but they're good models. I like them. So yes, I've got a helm and I've got a book, and I got the 3-pack of Rohan heroes as well. Which they're the one I wanted. If I only got one thing of those 3 things, I really wanted those heroes.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, it's the child, I think, who's the funny one. I like the child. He's very funny. The horse, he's got like a really jolly looking horse. It's got like a cheesy grin, hasn't it?
All three. I wanted all those 3 heroes and the ones you get in the box. And do I need? Was it 6 I need altogether to make 600 points? Those 3, Haleth and the other one. Is that
who would it be? Hera, Haleth.
Oh yes, Hera, because Hera comes on her own, doesn't she? So the two lads, Hera, and the box of 3, those 6 heroes on horses is 600 points, and that's what I wanted. I wanted those 6. I'm going to paint them sort of like a cell shaded animation style, like in the films. That's my Christmas project to me. So very exciting.
That is exciting. Well, there you go. Let us know if any of you guys got the same thing. But we're going to move on to the sort of the crux of the entertainment this evening.
The meat
of what we're actually here for, and because we're here to talk about the Entmoot Invitational. And so I'll just briefly have a look at this page. Let me just try and share a screen. Let's see if I can do this. It's going to be a different screen. Sorry, I had a spare screen opened up. Right, okay, here we go. Entmoot Invitational. So this is the event pack for the Entmoot Invitational. It's 90 points. The money's going to the guide dogs, which is great. And here are the games. We've got 3 Swiss ranked adjacent pairing games, 6 points for a major win, 5 for a minor win, 2 for a draw, 1 for a minor loss, and 0 for a major loss. Major wins are double or more VPs in the opponent, as per the match play guide. But it also includes secret objectives. Tim, do you know what the secret objectives are?
No, I don't, and I must admit that I'd forgotten that we had major minor wins as well, which is quite exciting.
Yeah, well, because we've only got 6,
3 games.
3 games, sorry, yeah, 3 games, and we kind of have to just separate the pack a bit. So hopefully that will cause no issues. But what we've got, let me stop that sharing and put another sharing in front, which is the match play guide, which I definitely haven't got illegally off the internet somewhere. And these are the
none of us have we?
No, indeed. Well, to be fair, I have the physical one, but it's just harder to hold it up in front of us. So, but here, look, we've got. So these are the secret objectives, which many people just don't use, or I think there was something similar in the previous one. But here you might not be able to read it if you're watching on your phone or whatever in the toilet, hiding away from your partner. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. There's actually they're not. That's 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, and 9 because there is another page here. Which is all these ones. So it's very exciting. There's 12 secret objectives.
Go back one secret objective.
Go on.
No. The first
Which one
you showed. The first one you showed. The secret mission number 3, sending a message.
Mm-hmm.
It's about killing the most expensive model in your army, and it's got a special caveat if that most expensive model is part of a 2-hero model brought together. Shank and Rot, then both must have been removed as a casualty to score the secret objective. That's quite exciting because I know there's been a little bit of discussion about scenarios where you've got to kill the second most expensive hero.
That's
and it's
true.
Part of the 2, and that's kind of like, that's very exciting. Maybe
almost suggests a ruling, doesn't it?
I think this is in a GW publication. It shows the way to go. Controversial.
Certainly does. But either way, if you can't read them, we've got of the objectives, we've got bring them down, which is have all monster models in your opponent's army removed. Duel to the death, have your general kill the enemy general in combat. Send a message is the one you just mentioned. We've got ranged warfare, which is kill more enemy models with your shooting attacks than your opponent by the end of the game, which feels very easy if you have a shooting army, but and the opponent doesn't. Slay the wizard, enemy model that can cast magic, be removed as a casualty. Master of woodland, control any piece of woodland at the end of the board, at the end of the game. Minimize casualties of at least 75% of your starting number still alive at the end of the game, which is interesting if you've got a very small number of models, perhaps Ents or something similar. Teasing ahead perhaps to the future. Combat master, have any hero model in your force kill at least 10 enemy models, which feels tricky, doesn't it? That's tricky. But Master of Cities is the same as the woodland, but some ruins. Take and hold, have at least twice as many models in the center of the board than your opponent at the end of the game, and have your general survive the game, having spent no wounds and spent no fate points. So there's some interesting objectives that we've got there, which I've certainly not heard many events this edition running them. Frankly, I'm not sure if any of them used them in the last edition either. But either way, what do you think about these? Did you have a look at them before you committed to the tournament, Tim?
No, I do remember a vague discussion about what can be added to it to make the event slightly different. And mentioning, I think, something to do something like this, but I'd not read them ahead. Looking at them now, I think this just opens up a lot of potential. Maybe we should have FAQ'd some of these, because, like, worthy leader, have your general survive the game suffering no wounds and spent no fate points. Well, what if you spent a fate point but then had it renewed by a refreshing song or something like that? Does that mean you've spent one because you've ended up with the same amount of fate points? Whoa.
Well, I think if it's anything like the old ring raids, the Dolgulda ones, if they die, they still count as having taken a wound, even though that wound has been restored or they've come back to life. But so I think I would say you've got to have spent none, and
so does everyone
even if
get
you've
one of
got it
these
back.
special ones as randomly given to them at the start of each mission, or do we get one of these that everyone has to do? Because
I believe you choose. There's a rule. Sorry, I'll just get the page up separately in my book, because as I understand it, you choose the one that you think, or two that you'll think would be best for yourself in the thing. So at the start of each game, each player selects. So you select 3 of the secret objectives to put forward on separate pieces of paper, they say, and then you'll roll a d3 to determine which of the 3 will then be used during the game. So you choose the 3 that you think you might be able to do, and then you roll a dice, and then one of them has it.
I think that sounds very exciting. I'm sure everyone who's coming has read that in the pack.
Well, this
and has looked at these, so would be expecting. I would expect that the quality of the attendees this event, they would know all of this and probably have even picked some of their favorite ones.
Well, the ones that are most useful. Yeah. So I mean, because if you've got a really tough leader, say you've got, I don't know, a Saruman or something like that, who's unlikely to take any wounds because he's right at the back of the board, lots of fate, all that sort of stuff. Worthy leader might well be a good choice, but we'll see if we have any Sarumans or Sarumen later on. Let's just quickly say hello to Bulwark Gaming. Greetings, Bulwark. That's James Mercer Khan. He says he likes the secret objectives. He'll be there. We might be showing
he was
off
here for the Mega Bants as well.
He was here for Mega Bants. It's very good. Tarambar is in. Always miss these live streams, so glad I made it onto this one this time. Happily listening while at work. I'm guessing that means you're. Are you elsewhere? Maybe you have work late on a Sunday night. I don't know. Let me know. Are you based in the UK or not? I don't know. Jamie Alano. I haven't used objectives out of the guide, but I've used the location bonuses from the campaign to help theme boards in my last event. They're great. Yeah, I've seen those before, and we had hoped to use them at one of the previous the previous Lord of the Imps ones, but it didn't happen, sadly, because of the COVID, and it became complicated and things like that. So we didn't end up using it. But there you go. So that's the secret objective. So we've got, as I say, 20 players coming to this event. Tim, would you like to see some data about what armies are going to be coming to the event?
Yes, because I don't know. I know what army I'm bringing to the event.
Indeed.
And I know what army my child is bringing to the event. Apart from that, I don't know what is coming to the event. So it's very
excellent. Well, so
apart from all those people who've told me what armies they're going to bring to the event.
Sure, there's quite a few.
I haven't seen the actual list. They could have all been lying.
Well, we have some information. So we're going to share the armies and the heroes, and then you get to choose which armies you would like me to. Well, I get to choose 3, and you get to choose 3 armies that we're going to delve into the actual lists of, and then later on we're going to do a tier list, like the folks on Golems Gamers, like the ones on the Into the West podcast, but with a twist, because we're going to be rating what we assume is going to be the best in terms of fluffiness, and therefore rating things from on a scale of cheesiness, which I believe you've been a big advocate for, Tim. Yeah, good. Right, okay. So,
we got to put it in a kind of like a fun way.
It's going to be good. Right. Okay. So let's have a look at the variety of armies that are going to come to the event. You can see a chart here, and for some reason, what it's done is given us the option of 1 and 1.5 and up to 2. So actually, what we're seeing is quite a spread of armies. We've
It's
got
quite a lot out of 12. If we've got 20 players, and what, two duplicate armies, then that means we're getting what, 18 different armies. That's quite cool, isn't it? Quite like that.
Yes, there's 18 different armies total, but worryingly, would you like me to tell you which are the duplicates? Can you read that on your screen?
I can see, because I can see the screen now, so I can
good.
see what they are.
I wasn't sure how big it was on your screen. So yeah,
it's filling my entire screen, which is quite cool.
Delightful. Well, Lurtz's Scouts is the first one, which kind of surprised me, because Lurtz's Scouts is, I believe, if I'm correct in thinking, the lesser of the two Scout-based lists, from what folks say. Ugluk Scouts is usually rated much higher, but Lurtz's Scout, very exciting news. What do you think of that?
I think that's quite fun, really. Lurtz's Scout. He gets to throw the shield, doesn't he?
He does get to throw, which is very exciting, because
that's one of those things that makes me go, "Oh, exciting."
I have stats later on for the average number of throwing weapons and lists that include throwing weapons, and the shield it counts as the throwing weapon. So that's exciting.
Well, I'm excited about the shield. The shield is one of those things where, I would pretty much just want to throw the shield. That would be exciting for me. And if I had a secret mission that was something like kill someone by throwing the shield, that would be
yes. I think, well, maybe you can offer a chocolate-based prize for anyone who.
No, I'm not bringing any to this.
No, it's not whimsy enough, not whimsical enough, this event. So, no, that's fair enough. Dave Sweeting's in. He says, just show Tim the data and we will guess what he has seen in his facial expressions, which I like the idea of. Okay, and although Dave T, I'm sure it's Dave Sweeting usually, but anyway, I don't know what the T is now. Dave the Sweeting. Dave Tim. Turan Barsing from Canada loves the content. Always happy to see what you guys are up to. That's very kind.
Which part of Canada? Canada is very, very big. So,
it is large. Is it the French bit or the not French bit? I'd be intrigued to know. Right. Okay. So the other one.
If it's on the west coast of Canada, then perhaps I might see them when I go over to west coast of America and Canada. Hopefully, to play some Toy Soldiers 2026.
Wow. There you go. That's very exciting. So, of course, big sad face, though, because scrutinizing this data further, the Eagles are the second most popular list.
Is it sad? It's disappointing, isn't it? It's disappointing.
It is a bit disappointing because, I mean, I thought at this stage that people had agreed that the Eagles were not a very fun army to play against.
They're not.
Certainly at this points level, 500-600 points, that sort of thing. I think 450 is pretty good for it as well, based on the early in the year. So, I mean, does the prospect of facing potentially 2 of your 3 games being against the Eagles, does that fill you with joy or sadness?
I think I would be all right, because since January, I've played the Eagles a lot, and it's gone from particularly unfun to the army that I enjoy playing at the moment. Can kind of go ha 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 and do some bad things to them. So, I don't really mind playing them now. It's just,
Which armies do you find that you've had success with them against?
I have enjoyed casting Channeled Wrath of Bruinen on the Eagly Eagles and hurting them with spiky elves who are doing like striking,
two-handing and strikes and
two-handed striking against prone eagles. If you get 2 heroes in and strike with one and do a combat with the other, if you can put a couple of eagles in the bin quite early on, it's all right. It's just I don't want to give it a lot of discussion because
yeah. Well, you see, my army, I think, is also relatively well suited to beating eagles. But we'll discuss that in a little while, because let's go back to the thing.
The happiness at the spread of lists. Hello. The happiness at the spread of lists kind of makes up for the sadness. But I mean, we haven't seen the Eagles list. It could be someone who's gone really to ham and sculpted a lot of little fledgling eagles or something like that. I don't know.
You're quite right. I think we should be generous to the people. They might just love birds and things, and have done lots of extra work.
And it's nice to have like lots of people want to come and play toy soldiers, and if that's their, you know, what I'm not going to deny someone the right to pay to a public event and come and bring the army that they like, because, you know, the fact that I don't like it.
I think we should just boo them, and then hopefully they won't turn up. But anyway,
harsh. But to be honest, they might bring both eagles and banter. So, you know.
Yeah, I think it'd be fine if they bring eagles and banter. Let's hope so. So looking at this thing, we've also got Rivendell. We've got Road to Rivendell. Okay, I was going to leave that open for you.
That's my list.
That's your list. Road to Rivendell, which is my list.
Is it? Oh, very exciting.
Yes, Road to Rivendell, which is pretty straightforward. It's Aragorn, Arwen, and Frodo on a horse. Tom Bombadil, and then also the man with the light, the man with the tray of food, and then hobbits and Bill the Pony. So that's going to be fun.
Spicy.
So we've got
not Gildor and Glorian. So
no, sadly, I wanted
the second most whimsical tier.
I know, I wanted Gildor, but if you include Gildor, then you start having to sort of potentially sacrifice lots and lots of points, or hobbits, and I was not willing to sacrifice hobbits, and frankly it's bad enough without sacrificing lots of points, so I decided against it. So yeah, Road to Rivendell, but also Bombadil, which is cool. Usurpers of Edoras, which is a very exciting list.
Popular. It's been played this weekend, I think, at the
I believe so, and I believe it came first at Ardicon as well, the Usurpers of Edoras.
I'm not sure. It's very exciting. It comes in the big box, so lots of people should have one.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's a very good list, and also not an unpleasant list to play against, which is the greatest combo, I think. We've also got Road to Helm's Deep, which is very exciting sounding.
That is exciting.
Yes. Wolves of Isengard. Arnor.
I think that's exciting. Wolves of Isengard, and I don't think I've seen one of those for a long time. So
I was going to say, I played against it once in the last edition, so very excited to see that. Arnor, which is a sort of regular of the previous edition at 600 points, I think it's pretty solid.
I think people were saying
people
were saying lots about it earlier on in the sort of like January, February, but I don't think it's, you know, you don't see lots of them.
I was surprised that we haven't, because maybe it's just because Arnor wasn't one of the brand new things. It's very similar to the old edition. It's not gotten a load of extra buffs and stuff, but it's pretty fun. I say it's pretty fun. It's pretty solid. And obviously there was a lot of new things added to it late last edition. So we've got new heroes, we've got the cavalry and stuff. So I'm surprised we haven't seen much of it.
It could have some of the cool new stuff. It might not just be like a Malbeth. I can't remember, Arvadui.
Yeah, and Captain.
Stuff.
I think
it could have some of the horses in it, couldn't it? That could be cool.
It could have Argadir, I believe his name is, and Aranath the Ranger, which is a very exciting potential thing. And we've also got cavalry, so that's cool.
Very exciting. Many options.
Many options indeed. So you might have seen me flapping a tissue around. I muted myself briefly because I was sneezing. So it's not because I'm sort of preparing myself to do naughty things under the desk. But anyway, we've also got Burdur's Horde. Again, another one that's, I think, sneaked under the radar. Sneaked under the radar as being a list that perhaps is better than people initially thought it would be. Have you encountered the Burdur's Horde yet?
I've encountered it played in a slightly different way, so like a murder, lots of trolls way. But I know at the moment, going to events, two pretty good players who've both been taking a lot of Burdur's Horde. So yeah, quite exciting. I don't think I've played the current Burdur. What's the Burdur Wild Chieftain sort of mixture? But I know it's doing well, and I know the people who are taking it are good at doing well, and taking lists is good at doing well. So, you know, all around it's quite a good package, isn't it? It's got some shenanigans, and, you know, a list with shenanigans is always fun.
We got monsters. That's what we like to see.
Monsters, great army of monsters. Great to see monsters getting some love.
Exactly. Skipping over Let's Scats, we talked about that. Return of the King next.
Nice.
So that's another. I used that to an event well, God, it must have been a few months ago now, but and actually I found it was very good. I came close to not winning maybe, but doing very well at that event. And had I not made one mistake, I think I might have done even better than I did.
I love it. It's got spirits in. They get put in the bin by my Elrond, so it's fantastic. I love it.
What about Fangorn, though? Fangorn, unaffected by Wrath of Bruinen. I don't think you fancy placing
it's
this.
unaffected by the standard Wrath of Bruinen, but I believe they are affected by the army bonus Mega Wrath of Bruinen.
Yes.
Doesn't
maybe
count
they do,
as a spell. It's an ability. So on the roll of a 6, I would like to see them dismount. If I can dismount a Treebeard on a roll of a 6 with my ability, then I will just, get my coat and go, and that's the celebration for me. But Fangorn, Ace, beautiful, beautiful models. There's the one who does these free heroic moves, I think, which is quite annoying.
Yes, that is annoying.
Great. They can do cool stuff. They can throw them stones. They can have a bit of a fight. They can do the bludgeony stuff. Fun. Models look quite nice. If you like trees.
I think. Well, yeah. What I'm hoping for is all of the nice models, because there is now is it Quickbeam? Well, so we had Quickbeam, but they changed its name to Birchseed, and then there's Beachbone, which was released. I've never seen in the flesh. I've never seen the Beachbone in the flesh. Have you seen the Beachbone in the flesh?
I don't know. I've played against Fangorn a few times this season.
See, I've played against it quite a lot over the years, but I've still never, even in the new, ever since it, because I think, when was it released? It must have been somewhere in April, or maybe it was announced in April. It might have arrived later than that. I'm not sure.
I mean, it's tricky, really, because knowing what the actual models are doesn't really flow with my playstyle of just charging everything in and having a big fight.
Indeed, but is this one?
Oh, right, that's quite cool, isn't it? Look, he's got a tactical rock, and he's holding
tactical
a rock.
He's got 2 tactical rocks, one for holding and one for standing on. And there's even a little Urukai sword there. I think it's a cool model. I don't think it's my favourite one, but I still haven't seen it in the flesh. So hopefully we will see one in the flesh this weekend.
That would be great. I would love to see one of those, and I think it's a list that it's like everything when you're taking a sort of a skewed list for model counts. Depending on the scenario, you could get in trouble or not, can't you? But who cares?
Indeed.
When you can throw big rocks, you can do barges, you can do all sorts of cool stuff.
It's ace.
Fun. I like it. And you can kill stuff with the little hobbit on top, can't you? Great.
You can. The little stones do the work. So the next one is the Shire.
Oh, controversial.
See, I will go out on a limb and say I think this is borderline busted. I do, and I think people are starting to come around to the idea, because I heard on the Unexpected podcast, a shout out to those guys, formerly of the DCHL podcast, they rated it as the best good list in the game recently, which is hard to argue with, because the combination of Lobelia and Gandalf's fireworks, knocking stuff prone and reducing fight value and all this sort of stuff, it can be really, really unpleasant to play against, I think.
Now, is this view coloured by the fact that they might have torn you a new one when you played them?
Yeah, you're totally right. It's a horrible counter to the Road to Rivendell, because they just deactivate Aragorn and Arwen, and then my hobbits get killed by their hobbits. So it's pretty brutal.
I think it's nice to see. I mean, I love the fact that Gandalf the Grey on the cart has got some love. That's brilliant. I absolutely love that. But I think, similar to a few things, given how early we are in the new edition, in giving some things love, they might have given them a little bit too much love, like that Lobelia thing, those flower pots and stuff. All together, they just add up to kind of like we've just pushed it that little bit far.
Well, that's it.
That's not to say when you see them on the table, you don't go, wow, Gandalf the Great on a cart, fantastic. Leather Hobbits, fantastic. But I think it could just be a step too far in the...
Well, it's one of those... It's a fine example of one of those things where they've tweaked the power level up slightly on Lobelia, slightly on the cart, slightly on the flower pots, slightly on Paladin, who gives like +1 to wound or something like that with his Hobbit friends, and then +1 on an untold number of other things. They've given everyone gets like a +1 to their fate roll and rerolls, like all these little tweaks, and then suddenly you go, oh shit, and it's a 40+ horde at 600 points, it's suddenly okay. Actually, this is quite good. So yeah, I'm a bit concerned about that, but hey, it's nice to see it there.
It's
Another
here,
one,
and I love it, so it's great.
Indeed. Another one which hasn't showed its reared its head very often, Shadows of Angmar. This is the one that traditionally, I think it's the slot where you put Gullivar into. So we could have a Gullivar there, but it also has the Shadow of Rudauer. It has Nazthak, the Yoink Orc.
Yes. Lovely.
So hopefully we're going to see the Yoink Orc about. He's the one who steals people's war gear, which is super cool. So maybe we'll be in luck, or it could just be like, Gullivar
and be a Gullivar and those
Barrow-wights, yeah, exactly.
The olden days, but it could be something different. So and there's wolves in it, so there's werewolves in it, so there are options. That could be very exciting. I think I might want to delve a bit further into that.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, we might do in a bit, and people feel free to comment below what you would like to see more detail on. But please do let me know down below what army list you would like to have a deeper dive into later on. We've got 6 prepared, but if there's one overwhelming one that everyone else really wants to see, I might be able to dig that one out too. So there we go. So we've got Shadows of Angmar, which could be cool. Yeah. And Besiegers of the
Frank is in the background. He's prepping a bot to sign into the YouTube and write the Eagles 4,000 times.
I mean, there's not a lot. I think there's probably only one way you can make Eagles at 600 points. So, but and let's look. So we've got Besiegers of the Hornburg, which is that's Wolf and Targ and so on, not the usurpers,
isn't it? No.
Well, I think you can still have Targ in that one, but this is the one where
I'm thinking of the other one, aren't I?
Yeah, you can take Shank, Rot, and the Snow Troll.
Yes, great.
But they're not compulsory. So, do you think we'll see the Besiegers of the Hornburg bring the troll? What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. We'll wait and see.
I would, because without the troll, without the troll,
it's just the same as
you've got obligatory. Like Wolf's your obligatory leader, and that sort of thing, with crapper army bonuses than the usurpers one. So, if you really, really want Wolf, and if you don't want the troll, you might as well take the other list, hadn't you? And then your super mega choppy hero doesn't have to be the leader and get chopped and then lose all your VPs. So I would hope there'll be the troll there, because that's the cool toy, isn't it?
I'm inclined to agree.
It gets some funky little VP bonuses for looting the bodies or something.
Yeah. Every time they kill someone, they have to roll a dice. They get 6 and they get a VP, basically, isn't it? That's pretty cool. Hopefully that comes into play. Like the sound of that. I hope
so. That's very exciting. That's got some scope for excitement.
100%. The next army is the Fields of Celebrant or Celebrant. I can't remember. Celebrant, probably. And this is the Sons of Aeol.
Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. Love it.
You excited by this? I'm not. These guys are so strong.
Looking at it, we were talking about, those lists that are kind of like a bit busted. I think it looks on paper real good. But then if it's so great, why don't we see it anywhere? Do
you think it's because legacy models, Aeol is hard to come by, Sons of Aeol are even harder to come by? Well, yeah, I mean, that's true.
I don't know. So I think on this Fields of the Celebrant one, are you not obliged to take a King of Men as well?
Yes, you are, yeah. I think you have to have...
By the time you've got Aeol, the King of Men, a Rider of Rohan with a banner, you're only going to need like 20-odd Sons of Aeol, 15-odd Sons of Aeol to get you up to 600 points. It's not a big model count. There was only ever 2 Sons of Aeol models available, so you're always going to be printing a load anyway to make them look different. It's like I'm excited. I know it's going to be good. There's no two ways about it. I think on paper the concept of it looks good, but when I haven't seen one, so it's nice to see one. And obviously, I've got 2 Wrath of Brooding casters. So
yes, fair enough. I'm inclined to agree with you there. I might have a dig in that one later. We've also got the Army of Gundabad, which is so. I mean, who knows how you build that one? But it could be just spam dudes. It could be bats. It could be anything.
Could be Bolg leading. Could be
Azog. Yeah, could be loads of things.
Could be that cool troll thing with a little orky thing on the back of it, stomping on things. It could be the one with the scything gauntlets as well. There's loads of cool. It's got monsters. It could be a signal tower. No, can we have those now?
No, the signal tower has died, I'm afraid.
They've been built in.
So the signal tower, but basically the army is kind of, it includes the signal tower stuff already.
Yeah.
So all of the things that you used to get in the signal tower, you now just get for free as part of the army.
Good,
so that's
like
kind of
it.
cool. I think that could be really good. In fact, again, we might delve into it a bit later.
Right.
Defenders of the Hornburg next. So that's Punchy Helm and Bridal Hera.
Well,
that
you
could be
say
fun.
it's Punchy Helm, but
You don't have to have Punchy Helm, do you?
it's one of two ways, isn't it? That
Yeah,
one. That's
it is.
do you max out your lovely dominant 2-foot dudes, or do you take the funky Helm? I think that's the option for me.
The answer is, of course, you take
Helm or
Punchy
not.
Helm. Yeah. But
Well,
but,
I
you
mean,
know.
it's one of my least favorite models at the moment. But
Oh no, he's beautiful.
Santa Helm is tragic.
Oh, how dare you say that? Oh, I think he's really. I really do like him. In fact, I've got an image of him somewhere kicking about that I can bring up to showcase. But no, I'm a big fan of the Punchy Helm. There's just something, I don't know. There's something dynamic and kind of just a bit exciting about it. Maybe it's just me, but I'm a big fan. But anyway, still, I was going to scroll for a bit to see if I can find the image. Oh yeah, I can. There it is. Hey, did. Come on, load
Race
up.
to disappointment.
There he is.
Yeah.
See, he looks great. Well, I like him.
Look, he's got some excellent blood on the fists there, so that's quite exciting.
Thank you very much. That was my paint job as well, so I'm happy with that. Right, let's see what else we got. Only 3 more left. We got the Bjornings, Depths of Moria, and Azog's Hunters. So
Right.
Bjornings you can only build one way, 2 bears and however many Bjornings, 6, 7 probably. Well, it'll be 6 or 8, something like that. The Depths of Moria. Now this could be Goblin Spam, it could be Balrog, it could be Watch in the Water, it could be both. Could be anything. But again, it's doing very well at the tabletops. I wouldn't be surprised if that one graces the top tables at this mini event.
Probably
it's
battlefield wide banner option for like a really big biffer that stops your army being broken. You don't lose your leader VPs very easily. Well,
no.
If you do lose your leader VPs easily, then the whole army's gone in the bin, hasn't it? So
yeah, and it's all over, isn't it? Largely
good. It's solid. It's hard to get VPs from. You get cool toys, don't you? Get cool toys, and
cool toys.
Balrog, if it's there, should hurt things because it is the Balrog.
The Balrog, after all, yeah. And it's 350 points of the army, so it should be doing well.
Yeah.
And Azog's Hunters was the last one. So, I mean, they were a bit of a scourge at the 600 point level in the previous edition, so much so that I think the Grand Prix, the big February event, one of the biggest events in the calendar, had something in the region of 10 out of 100 or so lists were Azog's Hunters. But then
that was a year before this year, wasn't it?
Yes, so that was not
nearly 18 months ago now.
the old edition. But but then they've just, I don't think I've seen anyone use their Hunter Orcs at all. Maybe people are fed up with them and they're not as good. So
well, I think arguably they might be a little bit better in some ways, but a little bit worse in others, aren't they? I seem to think on the charge, these Hunter Orcs on their wargs are pretty nasty.
Yes, because
they're pretty rubbish.
I believe the rule is they're
not based
on the
two
foot.
attacks now.
Yeah, the foot on the foot. You get a +1 to charge, but then also you get a +1 on the charge if you're a cavalry model. So it means because you're a cavalry model, you get 3 dice on the charge with strength 4 orcs on a warg that can look around corners. So on the face of it, I assume they're quite cheap, the Hunter Orcs on a warg, but you could potentially get
they
quite
changed
a decent...
something with one of the heroes as well, because there was never a mounted model for one of them or something like that.
Yes, I think that's right. One of them lost a warg. I think
there used to be like 3 named Hunter Orc heroes that could all trot along on the wargs, and I think one of them can't now.
I think you're completely right about that, and I'm just going to have a quick glance now.
My quizzical puzzle face that.
Yeah, we've got Narzog, who doesn't have a warg, and Fimble and Yazneg, who do. But yeah, they're I think they're pretty good.
One used to have a lance.
They get 50... Yes, I think he does still have a lance. And they also get a 50% bow limit, so they're not far off being Rohan. But with
they're glass cannon, cheap chargey army. With
that's what I mean. So 15 points. 15 points for a Hunter Orc Warg Rider plus an extra point for a bow. You can get a lot of those. even if you don't go with a big Azog, but hopefully
What's the fight value on a Hunter Orc now?
3, 2, 3 probably. Just crap, but it doesn't matter on the charge. If you get enough dice and you keep rolling 6s, you're going to kill stuff. So interesting. So there you go.
No banner. Is there a banner for Hunter Orcs?
Probably not a banner.
Maybe they didn't used to have a banner, so that's maybe why we haven't seen them a lot.
I think they might have a banner.
I'm not sure they used to be able to have them on the Hunter Orcs, but
no, you're right. No, they can't. They have to have a Gundabad guy with them for banner. That's
right. So previously, then, if they didn't have a banner in this edition, in the early scenarios, they probably weren't being taken because there were so many banner scenarios.
Lack of banners. That's true. That's true.
Knocks down a bit, but hey ho, the fact is 18 different lists out of 20. Super.
I think that's solid, despite the lack of, despite the proliferation of eagles. Only 2 of them, but still. So you have now the choice to scrutinize the 3 of these lists in greater detail, Timothy.
Do I?
You get to choose 3 lists. Well, you have already sent me these in advance, so please make sure you send the same ones you sent before.
I better just
otherwise
look
I
back
won't have them ready.
Which ones I had chosen. I think the ones that I was quite interested in were.
Let's just get this main one up again. Go on.
Would you like all 3, or would you like them one?
Would you want to go with the first one that you want to choose?
Road to Helm's Deep, please.
Road to Helm's Deep. So this is the army list of Road to Helm's Deep. It's a 600-point army list. It's got 12 bows, 6 throwing weapons, and 20 models in total. It's got Theoden as the leader.
Yeah, it has to have Theoden as the leader, doesn't it?
It does have to have, yeah. Riding Snowmen, of course. I think the mounting is also compulsory as well. 5 Rohan Royal Guard, a Royal Guard on a horse without throwing spear, Rider Rohan with a banner, 2 Riders of Rohan. Then it's got Legolas and Gimli on the horse together again, and 8 Riders of Rohan. So 20 models, all mounted. Theoden and Leggy and Gimli on horse, which feels pretty cool. Yeah. I'm glad we're seeing a Gimli and Legolas on horse, right? That's a new thing for me. I've not seen that in this edition, so I'm very excited by that.
Got one here on my little camera. There you go.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's very
this is a special one actually. I got this in a job lot off of eBay ages and ages ago, and if you look, it's got a classic goblin green base.
I can see it.
Someone has super glued a couple of pebbles off their drive, and it's painted entirely in what looks like the basic paint set, quite tidily, and they've even done the eyes as well. So I've had this that long, and I've just kept it on the side just in case one day someone comes on the GBHL and goes, do you know what, 20 years ago I sold all my stuff on eBay and blah blah blah, and I'd be like, yeah, I've kept your horse on the shelf.
That's nice. It is a nice model.
Tragic person I am, but yeah, very exciting. Legolas and Gimli on horse, that's very exciting. And I'm excited that it has a mixture of Royal Guard and Riders of Rohan, which will be a nice variety as well. So
yeah, it's got a good mix. We've got some throwing spears in there. So the rule with Legolas and Gimli is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought that it was, just going to drop Gimli off at the start, but no. While Gimli's mounted on Legolas, Legolas increases attacks to 3 and can use Gimli's might, will, and fate as if it was own, though he can't use Gimli's might to improve his hitting, wounding, or in the way test when making a shooting attack. Additionally, if Gimli dismounts, then after Leggy's finished, Gimli may activate as normal, even though the rules of passengers would not normally allow him to. So he can jump off and carry on. But that's awesome. So Leggy, Leggy's got 3 attacks, so 4 on the charge, and can use insane amounts of might, and still presumably still shooting combat as well in the way that Leggy has been.
I didn't fully take all that in. Can Gimli throw his throwing axe while mounted on the horse?
Oh, it doesn't say he can't.
Exciting. Now, I think
no, Gimli is the passenger, so I don't think he can, because Gimli can't be involved in the thing in the normal way. But he does lend his prowess to the fighting, which is pretty cool.
Well, it's exciting. It's got a lot of bows in it. One of them is a Legolas, which is great. It's got throwing weapons, which is ace. It's got quite a lot of might, which is brill. It's thematic, which is brill, and also it's one of the actual lists written by the GW writing team that I hate the most, because they've specified that Harmer cannot get onto a horse.
Because there is no model for it.
For one of the few people in the country who has a mounted hammer model, I find that quite vexing. But yeah, great list, love it. Thematic, mixture of riders as well. Very nice, Swiss Army knife.
My only criticism would be a distinct lack of gambling without banner, which I always like, because that's a great model. Is gambling without a banner, rare model, but so minus 1 cool point for that, but plus 1 cool point for Legacy and Gimli. I think very good.
Yeah, if they'd have sculpted a hammer that had like a warg leaning over it in a menacing way, then they might as well
even more cool points.
They might as well have the prize now, might they? That's going to rank quite highly for coolness, I think. I quite like that.
Absolutely. So so that was your first pick, a great pick. What would be your second one to have a look at? If you can't remember, I've got it here.
No, I've got it here. It's just on a different part of the screen. It was the Wolves of Isengard, and
excellent choice.
I'm going to shut my eyes while you make it appear on the screen.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hope that it's got the Shadow of Ruadar.
No, so wait, you said the Wolves of Isengard or the Shadow?
I'm sorry, first? Not the Wolves of that's the one. The Wolves of Isengard.
Wolves of Isengard. We'll do the Shadow one later. We'll do that. Yeah, okay, but yeah,
okay, well, great. So shock me if it's got the models it can't possibly have in it.
Thank God it does not
Wolves
have any.
Very exciting.
So this is cool. So we've got Sharku, who we have to have, who also has seen a buff, I think. He's got some bonuses that he didn't have before.
I think he gets a lot of dice now when he does like
isn't it? And I think he gets a free
heroic combat.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was going to say free heroic combat. I'm glad I didn't forget that. Right. Get that wrong. So I'm just leafing to the page, but also we see an Isengard Orc Shaman there.
Yeah,
which is intriguing.
On a warg, lovely, beautiful.
I assume that's something that.
Model, I hope.
Yeah, I assume that was something that was added as the in the Armies of Middle Earth pages. So. But yeah, so Sharku gets a heroic combat each turn for free, and here's the good one: friendly cavalry models gain the extra attack bonus even when they charge a cavalry model, and will retain it even if they're subsequently charged by a cavalry model. So these Isengard Warg riders will be charging into those riders of Rohan we've just seen, and absolutely mullering them out of thought.
Yeah, it could be.
There's so many of them. There's 35.
So just remind me in the film. Where do the Wolves of Isengard go? Do they just, is that when Saruman says, "Send forth your warg riders"? Or
yes, that's right.
Where does he send them forth to?
He sends them forth to fight people on the way to Helm's Deep, doesn't he?
Oh,
so we've got the road to Helm's Deep. We've got the Wolves of Isengard. If only we could rig it so that they could both play in the first round. In fact, between you and me, the two people who are taking these lists very frequently drive together and then get drawn together in the first round. So if that happens, it would be delightful. But it won't.
They could, to be honest. I hear they're both crap at the game, so they'll probably be playing each other for the spoon later on, anyway. So.
Yeah, that's right. They'll be drawn later on. I was just going to have a quick look at what the Isengard Orc Shaman does. Because the Isengard Orc Shaman has Fury Isengard Orc, fair enough, Enrage Beast, and Transfix. So Enraging Beast, hence so the warg.
The plain Isengard warg.
And of course, any warg riders that have been knocked off their mount will become enrageable. The question is,
ones that can you not engage a mount? Enrage a mount, sorry.
Well, I wondered whether you can enrage the warg rider. Generally, because obviously it's got a rider on it, and it doesn't sound like it would be a sensible thing to do, but
it'd be a cool thing.
It'd be a cool, potentially quite powerful thing to do. An Isengard Warg rider has the warrior cavalry rule word, so it doesn't have the Warg keyword, so it cannot be enraged because it's not. Because it's a race orc and warg. Yeah, so they're separate. So I don't think so, but maybe there'll be someone who knows differently out there.
Maybe
there you
because an enraged Sharku's warg free combating Sharku could be
pretty horrendous.
Like a lot of dice. Well, I suppose it'll only buff the attack of the warg, which wouldn't be high Sharku's, would it? But probably, that's what the Isengard warg's probably there for, or for anything else. But anyway, either way, I think that's quite cool. And look, it's got 15 throwing weapons as well. So
a delightful number of throwing weapons, yeah.
As we know, the more dice you throw, the more sixes you get. So this person is going to be rolling a lot of dice, and that is the reason. That is the reason why they're going to get a lot of sixes.
I am just looking. It's allowed it through the gate. It's 15 about. That's about. No, it's about a third, isn't it? Still, I was just thinking that it can't be no, because a third would be 45. Hopefully, it's not breaking the rules. I have to double check. I assume it's got a bonus for having half thrown weapons or something like that, because because armies are now limited to throwing weapons, aren't they? Or unless it's missed my rigorous checking thing.
Please, I wasn't involved with the rigorous checking.
Yeah, no, it can. It can have up to 50% armed with throwing weapons. So there you go. So that's exciting. So there you go. Wolves of Isengard. Very exciting.
Exciting, like that.
What? Now, I believe you already gave it away, but your third list was the shadows of Angmar.
I'm going to cover my eyes for this.
So what you're hoping to see when you open your eyes is something exciting.
When I open my eyes, I'd like to see the Nazthak orc that does the steely. I'd like to see the Shadow Doobry-Doo, who's like a Barrow White, but not in my opinion, less vexing for me. I'd like to see some werewolves, because werewolves.
They're cool, yeah.
And I'd not like to see Gulliver. Well, in fact, to be honest, Gulliver, since you're allowed to shoot him a lot more, I'm not so bothered about. What I'd hate to see is someone who'd taken 4 Barrow Whites and 4 Spectres and filled the warbands with a mixture of stuff like that. Right,
should we have a look? Right, have a look. There you go. It's quite a long list. 43 models.
Yeah,
so it's kind of half.
I like that.
It's kind of halfway there, isn't it? It's like a halfway house between what you wanted and what you didn't want. So we've got 2 Barrow Whites, but we do have the Shadow Rudau. We have a disappointing lack of Nazthak the Orc Captain, which
that's sad.
I think you've got an Angmar Orc Captain there. You could have easily swapped him in for Nazthak. Yeah. So shame on you for that.
And you've got them because is he in the same box as a Shadow?
He's in the same box as Shadow. Maybe he hasn't painted him yet. I don't know. But it is pleasing to see 1, 2, 6 werewolves, which is pretty cool. That's quite nice.
Yeah, Barrow White's lower tier heroes now.
Yes, they are. I think they're heroes of minor heroes.
So this is like all these warbands are maxed out.
Maxed out, yeah.
That's
I think it's still got flavour to it, hasn't it? Because you've got the Shadow, that's kind of fun. The Orc Captain, I assume he's in there for the March, because I don't think Nazthak has March. And then 2 Barrow Whites, it's kind of fun. So you'd be able to
they're not holding back on werewolves either. I mean, there's 6 werewolves. So.
Paralyze and then werewolf killing something would probably be quite nasty, I guess. So maybe that's the plan in terms of fighty fight. So yeah, I think I'm okay with that. But yeah, it would be lovely to see Nazthak, wouldn't it?
Could be. I still put Barrow Whites in those. Can really, really, really spoil your opponent's fun very quickly.
Can do. Yeah, especially combined with the werewolves. I think that could be quite rough. But
cool
43
gear,
models as well.
Cool stuff. Only 4 might, so and quite vulnerable to the old.
Maybe you'll remember this, but Shadows of Angmar, do they still get the terror thing?
Terror to orcs within 3
yeah, that I'm not sure they do. Because I think that might be the host of the Witch King or something. So let me just that may be wrong. Let me have a look. But yeah, I mean, there's quite a lot of stuff there. That's the Dragons of the North. That's something we haven't got. Dragons of the North, which is kind of fun.
Good.
So we haven't got that because I hear that's nasty. So I'm leafing the wrong way. So host of the Witch. So the Shadows of Angmar. Oh no, the Shadow of the Angmar does have the terror thing. And if an enemy model slain in combat, then the following turn, all enemy models suffer a -1 to their courage, which is kind of cool. And then they also get all spirit models gain the Stalk Unseen special rule. That's quite fun. Is Gulliver a spirit? Yes, he is.
Yep.
So you get a Stalk Unseen Gulliver in that list, potentially. That's quite fun.
I don't find Gulliver scary now. Anyway, I just need to mute my mic a second while I remind my children that it's time to go to bed.
Okay, that's fine. Well, so while Tim shouts at his children, also appears to have crashed briefly, we'll just have a great look at. Robbo says, Eagles are great. Robbo. If you're the Robbo that I think you are, shame on you. David S says, true, could be Bill Oddie and Chris Packham playing Eagles, in which case, fair enough. That's true. It could be that. It could be that. So
I don't think Chris Packham, and that's incorrectly spelled Chris Packham. I don't think Chris Packham's really welcome in rural Lincolnshire, particularly. He's not flavour of the month.
I once went to an opening of a science lab at the University of Lincoln. And Chris Packham was the guest of honor to open the thing, although it wasn't really him who was the special guest of honor, because the way they opened this lab was with a tortoise called Darwin the tortoise. And he held the tortoise and it ate through like a string of some sort of salad based thing in order to cut it. And it was, he really went for it. It was not Chris Packham, but the tortoise really went for the grassy the thing to open the ribbon rather than the ceremonial ribbon cutting, which was very good. So anyway, a bit of a detour there.
That is top tier whimsical banter.
It was good. It was a good moment in my life, so I remember it well. And the other time, separately, I go to in my work. I go to a lot of ribbon cuttings. The other one, which was really good, was they were opening a Dulux painting and decorating apprenticeship centre at the college. And they brought this Dulux dog, the famously big, fluffy English sheepdog, I think it is. And they had a string of sausages for the ribbon instead of the.
What could go wrong?
And oh my god, this dog would not eat that string of sausages. It was anything but. It was very.
Were they Lincolnshire sausages?
They were not. They looked really cheap and rubbish, so that's probably why. But anyway, I digress.
What is herbs there?
Yeah. Oh no. Other ribbon cutting ceremonies are available. Anyway, so you've had your three. So what did you choose? You chose Road to Rivendell, Wolves of Road to Helm's Deep, Wolves of Isengard, and the Shadows of Rudar.
Yep.
Shadows of Angmar. Sorry. My choices are thus. Well, I'll start with my first one because I want to see the Fields of Celebrant because this is the one that we talked about with the Rohan list, because I was intrigued by particularly the build that you go with. Like you said, is it just maxing out on the Sons of Aeol? I also wanted to talk a little bit about Sons of Aeol.
You need one rider to carry the banner, don't you? Or I think you can take some foot Gondor, but really you just want stacks of Sons going.
Yeah, because they are very good. So it gives us a chance to talk about these guys. So let's do that. So I'm just getting my printed out. I've got a legacy book which is printed out. Which
nice.
Is very cool.
Did I get one of those?
Did you get one? Did I give you one? I think I
no,
have one.
You picked one up for me, but I don't think you've given.
Physically handed it to you. Yes. Oh yeah, because weren't you? Yes, you were at the same event that I was at. And
we were at the event, and I said I wasn't going to get one. And then I said, I wish I'd have got one. And you said, well, actually, I've got a pile of them picked up. And I was like, oh, ho, 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 ho.
Exactly. So I'll give you that. I'll remind. I knew there was one that I had spare. Anyway, so let's have a look at this list, the Field of Celebrant. So this is 18 models.
Yep. That's
not very high models. That's less than the Road to Rivendell one.
Because it's got the
Road to Helm's Deep
in horse with heavy armor and shield. And I think...
Yeah.
Horse exchange armor for heavy. I think you can get more in if you want to, but
you can definitely get more in because you don't need the captain, do you? That's so the rules are you have to have Aeol, you also have to have a King of Men, and Rohan warriors can only be included in the Rohan hero things, and Gondor models can only be included in Gondor things. So we've got no Gondor warriors in this one, although I think you can have you must be able to have Knights of Minister. No, you can't.
I don't think you can have Knights. I think you can only have
Tin Cans and Citadel Guard. And Citadel Guard, it says. So that's interesting. So obviously, Aeol the Young is leading the 10 Sons of Aeol, which is pretty powerful. So, I mean, what do you think about this? It's only got a few bows. It's got one throwing weapon. Who's got throwing weapon? Can't see where that.
Aeol.
Does Aeol have throwing weapons? Yeah, he does. He have throwing spears. Yeah, he does. He have throwing spears. And so,
thinking about this one, I think that the captain is there. He is the March and Might caddy.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if you drop the captain,
although the King of Men's got March as well, I think.
Yeah, but I think he is more fighty, isn't he? The King of Men. He's like 5'6" now. quite reasonably good at killing stuff. Fight 6 with a lance. This army wants to be charging and charging and charging. So I
definitely.
think that's why you've got that extra hero to get your might up to the.
Yeah.
Get the might up to 8 so they can keep on, forcing the issue. But yeah, I think it's good. I think it's great. I very, very much like it.
Some factoids to note here. Sons of Ale are 20 points. Obviously, they get 2 attacks on the and then 3 on the charge, which is grim. And whilst 5. Within, sorry,
strength 5 or the 5?
No. Whilst within 6 inches of Ale, the young, they get +1 fight value, so they get up to fight value 5. Yeah. Now that is something else. Fight 3 attacks at fight 5 on the charge is pretty grim, and they're strength 4, so they're stronger than normal Rohan warriors, which or normal riders, which is pretty grim. So there's that. Ale himself is D7, which is good. He's fight 6, so he's not amazing fight value, but he's pretty good. He's got a 12-inch moving horse, which is pretty solid, and he has. I think it's nothing other than the horse. It's D5 horse. He's got all the defense, the resolve, the strike, and all that, and he's got 3 might, 2 will, and 2 fate. So, his big special rule is he's a legendary hero. So each time Ale spends a point of might, you can roll a D6 on a 4 plus the might point is free and doesn't reduce his store of might. So if you're really lucky, he can get quite a lot of points of might. If that first point of might is a freebie, then you could potentially be getting quite a few freebies over the course of the thing. And in this way, it's better than Aragorn's in the sense that, in some ways, in the sense that you can try multiple times per phase to get that freebie, and you could be lucky. So, first time each turn. Sorry, okay, so that's wrong. I thought it was each phase, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, each turn. But either way, you could be getting that a lot, which is quite cool, isn't it? So that's quite intimidating.
Like it. Nice to see it. Hopefully it's beautiful, but nice to see Ale. Nice to see a King of Men.
Yeah.
Nice to see Captain. It's got the banner. It's got a big hard hitting. Because it is if you think about it, there's only a third of that list is actually Sons of Ale, who we're like, yeah, these are really, really ace. But it's not maxed out on Sons. It's got Ale.
No, it could have more.
For the points value, he's good value, isn't he? I think it's
yes. I think more scrutinizing it, I think actually he's probably done the right thing in the way that he's built the list, because you could go 14 Sons of Ale on a rider with a banner, and that would be, but then you'd have points. Yeah, then you'd have some points kicking around somewhere, wouldn't you? Because you'd probably have to drop the captain there because of that. So, I forgot. There's some interesting other special rules for the Fields of Celebrant itself. That is, friendly models within 6 inches of both a Rohan and friendly Gondor hero get a +1 to courage or intelligence checks. That's pretty handy. The Gondor's last defense, not many of them, but friendly Gondor models within range of an objective marker reroll 1s to wound, which when you've got a King of Men strength 4 with a lance, re-rolling wounds is pretty grim, if within range of an objective. And the final is the charge of Ale. Once per game, the start of any friendly phase, Ale can use this special rule so long as he's alive and on the battlefield and has a cavalry keyword. If he does, then until the end of the turn, all friendly cavalry models must charge when they move if able. Additionally, they re-roll any failed to wound rolls when making strikes. So once per turn, all re-rolls for the cav. So that's pretty brutal when you've got strength 4, 3 attack riders. They're not. There's not much surviving that, is there? So there you go. I think that's one of the
fun times, that isn't it?
I think that's one of the strong lists there. Exciting. Just double checking the. Here we go. Joshua Turan, I'm late to the party. Has Faramir shown up yet? Tragically, there's a lack of Faramir, isn't there? Have we had any Faramirs?
Which is, I think, is quite sad because
he's really good now, or he's better.
Now he's really ace. I took him recently for some casual play with the old hobbits and stuff, and I thought it was great fun. Yeah.
I would. Yeah, I would like to see the new Faramir in action, but I haven't had a chance. Anyway, Manic Insomniac's in. He says, do you love Celebrant? If only I could find an Ale. You can find a print or something like that. It'd be fine. And doesn't Bill Oddie play Radagast the Brown in The Hobbit? No.
That's Sylvester McCoy, is it?
Yeah, Sylvester McCoy of former Doctor Who fame. I actually watched a weird film with Sylvester McCoy last night, where he's a horror. It's like a creepy old man, and he's in a house where he's killing Arya from Game of Thrones.
He's a creepy old man. Yeah.
Anyway, I can't remember what the film was called. Something The Owners, I think it was. Anyway, the next one that I wanted to have a look at was this one, the Besiegers of the Hornburg.
Ooh.
And look who's in there. Look who's in there. Timothy.
Yeah, I know.
Shank, Rot, and the Snow Troll, which is very exciting.
Good.
So,
I like it. I'm ecstatic about that. That's made me very happy.
And you know what else? Props to the person who's written this list, because if you take a look at the top left corner of this list,
588.
They're 12 points under. So I guess that's because there's they've maxed out on stuff. It looks like they have. No. It's Targ's only a fortitude, isn't he?
Yeah, but they've
maxed out on models, so they can't get any more in.
But they could use.
They could have dropped Crebain.
Those points. You could have popped another Crebain in quite easily by dropping some bows.
That's true.
Enough.
Or you could have dropped the two bows. Yeah.
Yeah, you only have to drop 6 bows, don't you? You have to drop 8 bows to get yourself in there.
But there's no what? Sorry, when I say maxed out, I mean the warband. There's no space for any other models because the warband spaces are all taken up. Because Targ
all right, well, get rid of one Hill Tribesman with a bow, shove in another Crebain then.
Yeah, that's what I think. Well, 14, yeah.
This is the brilliance of someone who has bought 1 pack of Crebain only.
Exactly.
When we know that you need 9 Crebain.
Yeah, you need at least.
I don't know if my son, you can't see who's watching. I don't know if my son's watching.
At least 3 or 4 packs of Crebain. Yeah, but anyway, props to them because this is awesome. It looks like it's straight out of the box. 5 flaming brands, 5 spears.
It's got Targ. I think Targ's so cool as well.
Targ, Wolf, and then of course there's Shank. Rot. Yeah, I'm just excited to see the Shank and Rot in action because that's just a bit of fun, isn't it? I love that. I'm so glad it's something.
Yeah, you can chuck that troll in doing troller stuff. He's kind of like a cave troll with like slightly better than the old cave troll stat if he's charging, which you will be. Loads of mics.
It's +1 on the charge. Is that what it was?
+1 fight, +1 strength on the charge, something like that. But anyway, cool, good value that troll. You've got those 2 weird little orcs who they're a bit crap, but they can get you BPs. You've got. What's that? 13 Hill Tribesmen with the brands do they get dominant 2 in this one? I think they probably.
I think the flaming brands get dominant unless they're running off the board.
Yeah, dominant 2. You've got Targ with the Master of Battle, who I quite like to see because I quite like the model, even though it's got swords a bit weird. It's got Wolf, who in this list, if you're going against Rohan, is an absolute beater. He gets like
hatred, Rohan, and stuff like that.
Hatred, but he also gets like General Hunter or something. When he
gets General Hunter, yeah.
He gets mega cool buffs at the actual Wolf when he's like fighting the leader or something. He's good at killing. He's got some Crebain, which we know are brilliant. I think it's brill. But if it hadn't got the troll, I wouldn't think it's brill. So
no, I agree. Yeah, no, Wolf's Revenge is the special thing he gets. Is he gets a free heroic challenge against the general as well. That's pretty good.
Now, what else does he get?
They get Dunland Warriors get +1 to wound within range of an objective, and that's kind of it, isn't it? But yeah, they're still pretty good. He is good anyway. He's just he re-rolls a single
army bonus then?
Those 2 are the army bonuses I've just read out. The ones that he gets is he's General Hunter, Hatred Rohan, and if he's engaged in combat with an enemy hero, he can re-roll a single d6 during the during the duel, and he can re-roll to wound of 1s against heroes. So he's just generally quite good.
So he gets +1 to wound Rohan and re-roll 1s to wound.
Yes, and he gets points of might back and a heroic challenge, which is cool.
So that's quite a nice Rohan-y matchup.
Oh yeah, it would be if it happens. And I haven't really scrutinized Shank, Rot, and the Snow Troll, but Shank is 2 might, 3 will, and a fate, but he's crap. He's like fight 4, strength 4 to attack, so he's just a rubbish captain who can't. I don't think his things affect the other one. But then the other one is strength 4, defense 5, and he on every time he kills a model, he rolls a d6 and he gains a point of wound or a fate point back. So that's quite good. He's got 2 wounds and 1 fate, so he could be sort of keep regenerating himself. The snow troll is strength 6, defense 7, fight value 6, and then +1 attack and +1 fight on the charge. So fight 7 and 4 attacks on the charge. That's quite cool.
Yeah, and the Shank and Rock get that. I'm sure they get like a loot the bodies.
Yeah, loot the bodies rule. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, that's a really good one. So that means there's only one army left that we wanted to have a look at, or that we said we would look at, and that is this one, which is the Army of Gundabad. And you can see already the lack of space on there. Look at that.
That's
beautiful work.
That's marvelous. That is a list conflicted.
Yes, it's someone who's. I think, and I know whose this is. I think this is someone who very much wanted to paint a bit of everything, and that is what they've done. And they've brought the things that they have painted to a nice standard. So we've got Bold, the catapult troll.
I think what they did was they'd heard mention of the TO nightmare that is, can a Gundabad catapult troll correctly placed score 3 objectives with its dominant whatever it is, which is the catapult troll is brilliant. The fact that it exists in any way is brilliant, and the fact that it's coming is brilliant. And it's like someone's gone, do you know, I really want the catapult troll to be centerpiece of the army, but in case it's crap, I'm going to chuck some of them busted goblin mercenaries in to get me some VP. It's just like, they just couldn't give up the competitive edge of taking some goblin mercs.
It's true. It's true. But it's,
I don't care. That's great. That, and it's Bolg as well. I love Bolg. So
yeah,
it might be new Bolg, which would be brilliant.
I would guess that it is
a catapult troll there and a Bolg, that it'll be new Bolg.
I think it's going to be new Bolg, and I have a sneak peek here and a work in progress of the catapult troll itself, which is looking beautiful already. So this is pre the goblins being painted and stuff like that, but a very nice work on the catapult troll. So we'll be able to see that in the flesh.
I do hope that's not a work in progress from like 4 hours ago.
No, this is quite a while ago. So I think it would be finished by now. I would think.
I'd hate to have to take some unpainted or unbased models off the table. It'd be scandalous, wouldn't it? But yeah, that's brilliant. That was one of those reveals where it could have gone either way.
Yes, I agree. That's why I wanted to show you it.
Pleasing way that I love that.
So that's that. They're the ones that we had a look at. I hope you enjoyed that.
Have none of the members of the chat, because I can't see that there's like 4.
No, there's very few people commenting, but there are people here. They're all watching, but they're not commenting. But that's fine. You're painting
and learning.
Watching and learning and just enjoying the top banter and analysis that we're providing. So the other things are, just before we sort of close things out for this one, there was a couple of more factoids that I could share with you. So one is the heroes. So I mean, we've already had a look through the armies themselves, but just a bit of an idea there. We've got it's a very big spread of leaders. So we've got Beorn, Azog, Hera, Bolg, Eorl, Wolf, the Shadow Ruder, Gwyhair, 2 Gwyhairs, of course, Gandalf the Grey, Treebeard, Lurtzberder, Arvidri, Sharku, Theoden, Frecker, Aragorn twice, and Elrond as our leaders. So some big biffers. And we should say, really, that the scenarios are important as well. Destroy the supplies, Sites of Power, and Fog of War. So can you remember what Sites of Power is?
I think it's like heirlooms. It's got some sort of weird,
I think it has something like that.
You roll the dice and things happen.
Oh, yes.
In fact, I forget that the thing has happened and ignore it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty much right. I'll just have a quick share of the screen. Sites of Power is the one where you can see the 4 objectives, but they're kind of spread out. So it's Maelstrom, but they're not like a domination thing. Well, it's like domination without the one in the middle, essentially. But then each turn you get some buffs if you roll the dice. But it's kind of one of the reasons it's in here is because of the Lord of the Imps scenarios, and in this one there is a point for if the model with the highest points cost in your opponent's army that is not their general was wounded during the game, the most expensive model that not the general was moved as cows, you get 2 points. So you get points for killing the most expensive or thingy model. So that's exciting. So so we'll get some points shared for exciting little bits and bobs. So that's one of the interesting factoids.
It's
The
Maelstrom.
final one,
I like it.
bit of Maelstrom.
Like,
Got to have a bit of Maelstrom. Got to force people to move around the tables. Some other interesting things. The average model count. Give us hazard a guess. How many? What's do you think the average? 600 points.
34.
No, it's 26. 26. That's the mean average. I should say. But that's because we've got some quite low model count armies. So we've got Fangorn. Yeah, we've got Fangorn, Eagles, Eagles. So that's 3 armies of 6 models only. So that's bringing down the average, I would say. But still interesting. There are 7 armies with no bows, and 3 with no shooting ability at all. So I thought that was quite interesting because you got the Ents that, of course, have got their very long throw stones stuff. But maybe that's to do with the scenarios. I don't know. Most of them are movie scenarios. Well, that's it. We've got destroy the supplies, which is you kind of need to move, although you can sit around. Fog of War is you could potentially shoot, but again you need to capture the objective. So there's not a lot of stuff without shooting. So that's interesting.
Cover throwing weapons as well. Then is that
no? Throwing weapons is a separate factoid which I have here to hand. We have. I don't have the same. I should have done the same breakdown actually, but there are quite a lot of armies without throwing weapons. On average, there's 1.9 throwing weapons per army. So in total, we've got 43 throwing weapons out of all of the armies. So it's not a lot. It's not a lot. And interestingly, 4 Crebain. So that's good. 2 armies with Crebain, 2 each, and we also have 1 or just above 1 monster on average per list. So there's 23 monsters kicking about, although of course Fangorn and the Eagles both have in excess of those. So there's 16 in total monsters just in those 3 lists. So that's intriguing. So that's the kind of fact. I mean, what have you got any exciting insight about that? The lack of monsters. We haven't got, for instance, the 3 trolls or anything like that, which wasn't impossible to appear.
No, I think it's ace. I think we've got a nice spread. We don't seem to have a lot of casters, do we? We don't seem to have a lot of magic. And
no, you're right. I didn't even think to analyze that.
We haven't got a Witch King. We haven't got.
No, we've got no Witch
King. The White.
No, we don't have. So
we haven't got a Sauron. So without the Sauron, again, off the White or the other one I said,
Witch King.
3 of them. We haven't got a Lothlorien, so we haven't got any of the major casters.
No, so we've got the Shadows of Angmar, which have got 3 casters, and then we've got your army, which has 2 casters, and we have my army, which has just Arwen, and Tom Bombadil, who has some magic as well, and of course we have Malbeth in the Arnor army, which we haven't really mentioned. But other than that, there's not a lot of oppressive magic except in that Shadows of Angmar army, which has the 2 paralyzing what do you call them, Barrow Whites. So I think it's quite a good mix, but there is magic there. So it's not something that people are going to be able to dodge, I don't think. Well, they might be able to dodge it because there's sort of 4 or 5 armies with magic in, but
it's a pain in the backside if you take some magic and then find you're up against like a resist magic everywhere army.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the Shire is one that does have that's Gandalf the Grey and resistant to magic. So Gandalf the Grey, I mean, if you were a betting man, bearing in mind we've got those armies from the full list of armies here. If you're a betting man, having seen some of the lists, but probably the less sort of top quality lists, where anything that you think should be likely to turn up at the top, or would you like to do it in a different way? Would we like to do our cheeseometer?
I think so. I do have a request for a factoid. I don't know whether you've got your.
I might be able to do it. Go on.
Would you know roughly how many people went to the extent of giving their army list a whimsical or hilarious name, rather than just call it Beorning's list or on list number 3?
Now,
Like
that is
that
a
actually
really
put
good
the
question.
effort in to go, do you know what? I'm going to give my Road to Rivendell list a funny name, or my
You know
Murder
what?
Tour
I
to
don't
list.
think I have the ability to see that, because I was
Oh.
told that there were funny names, but I think what it's doing in the back end on Tabletop Admiral, which is what we're using to run the tournament, only shows me the faction, and doesn't show me any sort of specialty. Oh no, sorry, tell a lie. It does have a little name when I look at the list snapshot on thingy. So when I go to the main full list to give the picture that we see here, for example, for this, it doesn't have. It just tells you the faction at the top, but it does tell you some funny. So would you like to hear some funny names if they exist?
I'd just like to know
How
whether.
many?
Did you ever play Blood Bowl? Play any Blood Bowl in the olden days?
I've dabbled.
For those who play Blood Bowl, there's definitely a distinction between those who give all their players a whimsical and hilarious name, and those who
Yes.
just do like a fairly boring number 3, number 6, or an auto-generated if they're playing a computer one. So I'm just kind of like thinking, for the sake of whimsy, if there's a distinction between.
So,
those.
for example, the Fields of Celebrant has a funny name. We've got
Great.
Horsey Steam Train. It's called.
Like
so that's there's some whimsy there. Intriguingly, the Lurtz list, one of the Lurtz lists is called Ent Fun, ENT Fun, which feels like it's a clever pun, but I feel like it could be Ain't Fun. But I feel like would that be the Fangorn list that it should be? Anyway, it's there. That's what it's called. Read into it as you will. We've also got the Gingermoot, which is the Ent list, maybe based on the colour of the hair of the person taking it. But it's fun nonetheless. What else have we got? No,
all the trees could have ginger foliage. That would be great.
They could do. We've also got Ultimate List of Ultimate Victory, which is the Usurpers of Edoras.
Have we got the Ultimate List of Ultimate Victory? Well,
that's what it's called.
Hope that gets a victory.
That's good. I quite like that. That was the and then there's Lurtz's Boys, which is just it's not it's top banter. No. So yeah, so there are a few
people.
Funny names.
A few people have just taken it to that next level.
Hold on, we've got a good one. Helm's Deep In. I feel like that might be a sexual pun in some way.
Helm's Deep in your mum. I mean,
that's the sort of thing. It could be there. Could have finished off the thought there, but I like it anyway. There's also Where Eagles Dare, which is it's not. I wouldn't say whimsy, but it's definitely a name.
So did the other Eagle player name their list?
They did. They just put their names Eagles. So names Eagles, but I won't reveal the name because the lists are available from tomorrow, I believe. So anyone can have a look from there tomorrow. But I don't want to name and shame.
To the crux of this exciting.
Yeah. So 1.5 hours in, we're now finally at the bit we really wanted to do at the very start. So well done for hanging on. In fact, actually, I think, based on the numbers, I think the same people who started watching have continued to hold in through the whole day. So that's a good thing.
Well done, folks. We love you.
Thanks very much for sticking around for this entire thing. Now, let me see. Where is my...
We didn't promise a round 1 draw at all, though, did we?
Oh, God, no, because people will drop out and stuff anyway, so it's fine. Right, so you should now be able to see on the screen in front of you a tier maker. And we'll be making tiers this evening. Yes. So, as you can see, if you've never seen a tier list before, you probably haven't watched very many Warhammer videos. But this is the sort of thing that a lot of the competitive podcasts do. They rate the armies that we've seen, and then they put them in a category. It might be a lemon tier category if you're watching the.
I did promise that I would bring a lemon. And I've got the slice of lemon.
Got a slice of lemon for the Gollum's Gamers fans. There you go. Shout
out Gollum's Gamers.
So as you can see, and we've literally, as soon as we started rating lists, we've lost loads of viewers. So we'll see. But so we're not rating.
We had loads. I think it's because there's no draw for the round of everyone.
That's true. Everyone's gone. No, so we're not rating them from competitive to uncompetitive. We're actually doing the opposite. We're rating the lists that we think are the best, or the most fun to play on a scale of Darely Dunkers down to Stinking Bishop. So these are all cheesiness vibes. So we've got at the very bottom the worst list that you definitely don't want to play. You really don't fancy this. It's Stinking Bishop. And then if you say, maybe you're doing well, you've won 2 games, and you have to play something, then it's maybe Stilton. That's the sort of next level up that you don't mind because you're in that position. Then we got in the middle of the pack, Gorgonzola. You're happy to handle it. It's got a bit of a
cheese. You can put it on a pizza. You can make it into a pasta sauce. You can
got a bit of a whiff to it, but nothing bad. Then we've got cheddar, which is happily takes all comers, and then Dairy Dunkers is
dependable, reliable cheese.
Exactly, Dairy Dunkers right at the top. The cheese full of whimsy. There's dunking. Yeah. There's very little actual cheese content. Mm-hmm. It's all about having a bit of a laugh with your and it's
like you've gone round and your mum. It's like your birthday, and your mum has got chunks of cheddar cheese.
Yes,
a bit of pineapple on a skewer stuck into like a potato with some tin foil on, and she's like, "This is the whimsical cheese," and you're like, "Yeah, Dairy Dunkers, mum." It's just like you can do so much with them.
What we should have done.
Stick the little sticks up the nose holes, can't you?
I was going to say we should probably have clarified which of the dipping mechanisms we would have had. Which would you have gone for? The stick or the tubes?
The Dairy Dunkers. I think you've got to have the stick. I think.
See, I'd go with the jumbo tubes.
It's kind of like fondue for me, but the whimsy of the Dairy Dunkers is the things you can do with them. It's the scooping out all the dairy, putting it in your mouth, and pretending to be like a giant pimple and going like that, splurge. No, it's just.
I've certainly never done it, but hey, look, each to their own.
I think they give you a whole variety of fun things you can do with the cheese with a Dairy Dunker. Fantastic. Anyway, let's get these on the list then, so we can see.
Yes. Okay. We haven't got long. Well, we've already taken long enough, is what I mean. Right. Okay. So we're going to start with. Let's start from the bottom or to the right as you're looking at it. So this is. You might be able to see it. It's Frecker. That represents the usurpers of Edoras.
Good.
What are we thinking? How cheesy do we think this is? Is this a strong list? Is this a cheesy-fied list? Bearing in mind, we didn't see the list, but we know there are 4 Crebain kicking about.
I know this list is my child. It's my child's list. I know exactly what's in.
Well, I was going to say for the benefit of our viewers at home, we know that 2 Crebain were in the Procedure of the Hornberg list, so we know there are also 2 in this list. So there's not it's not dripping in cheese because obviously they've not gone full Crebain, but it is a strong army list, and this is one that has done very well. I think it won, as I said, it won Ardacon. So, what would you instinctively want to rate it as on the scale from Dairy Dunkers down to Stinking Bishop?
I think, it's a list I'd like to play because obviously beating my child at a child's game is great. But also, it's been built as a Duke of Edinburgh project. So it's been kind of like built unit by unit with stuff we've got out the box. So it's not in any way the standard way that you would build this at 600 points. I think it can go in Gorgonzola. I think it's solidly in the middle, top end of Gorgonzola.
Okay, see, my instinct is that it's actually Stilton, but I'm happy to go top end of Gorgonzola.
No, wang it in Stilton. We can move it around.
We can always move it around a bit. Right, let's put it Stilton for now. Okay, right. So next along is Punchy Santa, and I can exclusively reveal, even though we didn't say earlier, to help us influence this decision, that Punchy Santa does indeed appear in this list. So does that help you in terms of the level of cheesiness?
Similarly, if I was building this list to win lots and lots of stuff, I probably wouldn't take Punchy Santa, which for me puts it higher up in the rankings.
I think
also the lols of shooting Punchy Santa with bows and having him die, or having him fear your bows so he hides around a corner, is great. I think cheddar.
I agree. I think it's definitely cheddar. It's decent, but it's not. It's not full of whimsy. There's still some potency to it. So cheddar I think is absolutely where it goes. So the next one, this is Aragorn and the 3 Hunters. This is representing the Return of the King, the moment of that. So that's got some ghosties, it's got some Aragorn. I can't exclusively reveal the details of the list because I can't remember what's in it. But I have a feeling it doesn't actually, despite having the picture of Gimli on there. I don't think it has Gimli in. So
Does it have Legolas in though?
I think it does. Yeah.
In that case, say if it didn't have Gimli in it and it didn't have Legolas, if it had Gimli in but no Legolas, then it would be cheddar.
I agree.
If it had neither Legolas nor Gimli, Gorgonzola. The fact it's got Legolas in, I'm going to have to put it in Stilton.
Oh, I think it's borderline Stilton Gorgonzola, but I think it's probably to the left of the Frecker one for me. So I think it's there. It's less of an egregious Stilton than Frecker, but that's fair enough. Birders Horde is the next one. What do we think?
I think I would probably rather play Evil Santa than it.
Yeah. I think that. So
If it was full of cave trolls, then again stick it high up. But I'm guessing it's not going to be.
No, it's a fairly normal list. It's got a bit of cave troll action, but not a lot. Or hill troll action, I should say. I can't remember exactly the deets, but
let's. I'm going to say if I was playing it, I would rather play. Gorgonzola, definitely.
I think it's Gorgonzola. I agree. Right, Lurtz's Scouts. This is next, and bearing in mind, there's 2 Lurtz's Scouts lists here.
Tricky, really, isn't it? Because
I don't know what I think about this.
There's fun stuff you can do with Lurtz's Scouts. If you can charge forward and have Lurtz there and go, "Oh, I'm going to throw my shield at you," blah 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 blah. Or you can just stick Lurtz behind a load of orcs for an hour and 3/4, not actually doing any fighting.
Sure,
to the very end and throw one shield. So I don't think I'm madly bothered. I would rather play the Birders Horde list personally than the Lurtz's Scouts for fun.
So you think that this should go there?
Yeah,
Gorgonzola. I'm inclined to think this is cheddar. I think this is much less egregious than a troll that pops up out of nowhere.
I'm not thinking about egregiousness. I'm thinking about whether I'd rather play it or not.
Okay. Do you think
you put it on top of Birders Horde, or if you want?
I think it's bottom end of Gorgonzola.
Let's see what else gets in cheddar first before we decide.
I think it's got whimsy because of the shield, and that puts it.
I didn't realise this would be so hard. I appreciate now other people who do this and how much hard work goes.
Yeah, well, we're taking on a different attitude as well because of the fluff and fun element. But okay, so next is Sharku.
I think I'd like to have a go at Sharku.
I think this is.
I think it's going to be cheddar.
In terms of whimsy level, I think it's close. I think it's better than Santa. I think it's close.
Someone's had to paint all those wargs, haven't they?
So, a lot of wargs. It's a lot of wargs. I'm yet to be proven wrong, but I think it won't be a scary list to play. Though, like I say, it could be disastrous. But
fun.
I think I'm excited to give it a go. So that's one for me. This one is the Legolas and Gimli sat on a horse together. So this represents road to Helm's Deep.
So tricky, isn't it? Because I hate Legolas so much.
Yeah, but he's on a horse with Gimli, so that's pretty fun. I think this is cheddar, borderline Darily Dunkers.
Dunkers. It's going to go. It's going to be.
I agree. Dunkers for me.
Great. Now, obviously, a part of that will come down to playing it because I want to see these heroes. I want to see them almost have these rides to Rohan who kind of like say, "Take my horse, Your Majesty."
Oh yes, that's true because you can do that. You can hand the horses.
I want to see. The special rules. So if it was me playing it, I'd just be like, "Look, I want to see all the special rules." So yeah, Darily Dunkers for special rules, brilliant. Love it.
I totally agree. It's got some great stuff. I heard some whispering in the background.
Don't tell me. Get on the chat. We need the viewers.
I'm guessing that's Frank in the background there. Right, next one we've got. This is the Army of Gundabad. This is Bolg rep. Oh, no, actually, hold on. No, this can't be. No, sorry, excuse me. This is the Hunter Orcs represented by Bolg. So this is just Hunter Orcs, but we don't know what the detail is.
I think it's probably a Gorgonzola, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah, I think it could be. It's somewhere right in the middle.
I'm pleased they're there.
Yeah,
really, it's not as exciting as this next one, is it?
No, next one is the Besiegers of the Hornburg with the snow troll in, and surely that's cheddar, borderline Dunkers. Yeah, Dunkers. You want Dunkers? Yeah. All right, in the Dunkers, great, because we've got Shank and Rot in there. Brilliant.
I want Dunkers because I really want to see whoever's using this Shank and Rot absolutely go ham on looting the bodies.
Yes, yeah, that's true. And they're 12 points under as well, which is a big tick from us. So, yeah, Dunkers they are. Dunkers indeed. In fact,
I really want to know who's bringing the...
let's swap the Dunkers round. I think
Gundabad troll thing. Oh, I'm so excited about that.
So I've swapped it for Shank and Rotten now leading the pack on the top of the Dairy Dunkers the list. Okay, next is the Balrog. I can exclusively reveal at this late stage in the game that the Balrog is indeed part of the list. There is no wash in the water. Bishop, you think so? I'm inclined to agree with that. It's definitely down in the, because this is not only a very competitive list, but it's done very well at 600. It's pretty similar to the build at 600. The one thing that I think might make it a slightly below average list for the this army is that it's got a few prowlers in, which I think most of them
they're great though, aren't they, prowlers?
Well, they are very good, but most of them max out on goblins, don't they? So who knows? But
maybe,
yeah, Stinking.
The
it's still
today on the live stream elsewhere did really.
Were they really good? Were they really good? Well, I either way, it's very good, and I'm going to sneeze at some point, so I'm going to try and mute my microphone when I do. But yeah, there's quite a lot of models there.
Bishop.
Bishop indeed. Yeah, it's in the Bishop category. Right, hold on. The sneeze is coming, but it's holding on. Right now, we've got the Gundabad Catapult Troll.
Dunkers.
Yeah, I agree. Where do we think? Above or below? Above or below?
Top. It's the number one thing. That's yeah.
Do you think? No, I don't think it's better than the Snow Troll personally. It's fun, but has it got the whimsy of the Snow Troll? I don't think it does.
No, because I've seen it's got loads of Goblin Mercenaries. They've
yes, we saw the list, didn't we? We saw the list, so it's I don't think it's quite top.
Dunkers has got Targin. It's got Dunkers.
Yeah. I think I like your enthusiasm, but I think we needed to step back and really analyse the cheese there.
Shove everything in Dunkers or Bishop.
So next one, we've got Bjornings. We didn't really talk about Bjornings very much. I don't know what they're like in the new edition, but I think they're probably very solid. Perhaps they're cool, but they're not exciting.
They're not cool.
I think they're cheesy, aren't they? I think
as a person who plays the Grey Company,
go on,
and whose rangers are just pooed on by a Bjorning, and it's all Forge World, and I can't afford it even if I wanted it and all that sort of thing. You know,
Stilton or Stinking Bishop then? I think it's Stilton personally. I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as the Balrog, and we've got to leave room for other stuff to go in the Balrog, the Stinking Bishop section. It's definitely Stilton, but we can always tweak in a minute. We can always tweak. Right, we've got the Fields of Celebrant next. So we've seen that list. This is lots of Sons of Ale.
Cheddar. I think it's a good list, and I think it's one of those things that we've said that the Balrog is a good list, and it's gone in Bishop.
Yeah.
And I think
because it's the whipping and the hordes of goblins that can reroll dice.
I know, and I don't want to play against the Balrog, but
I think this is Stinking Bishop personally. I think this is horrendously cheesy.
Would you not want to play against it? Would you not want to have? Would you not? Is it not?
Not really.
Play against? No.
The idea of the charge of fight 5 models, re-rolling wounds, and 3 attacks, 6 on the knockdown with re-rolls. I just feel most armies are just going to get wiped down, and it's one of those. Look, this is all hypothetical theory hammer, but it's one of it. To me, it sounds like one of those armies where there's no counter to it. You just get charged, and if you survive that really big first charge, you've got a fighting chance. But the chances of you surviving that big charge are slim, and I think that's going to be really unpleasant to play against, unless you've got certain armies.
I think if you've
with
got
double wrath,
you've got shooting and things like that. I think you can do some bad things to that list.
Okay,
with a good quality of bows.
So downgrade. So definitely not Stinking Bishop because you won't allow
because
that.
For however good it is as a list.
Yeah,
I would quite like to play it.
Okay, where are you thinking then? Because I think it's got to be at least Stilton, surely,
isn't it? It's divisive.
Should we put it in the middle and let the chat decide? Although nobody's actually responding in the chat, so
no one left. I don't know.
They're still there. I can see the number.
I don't know.
Come on, everyone. Let us know.
We're putting it in Stilton, but can I put it above the Bear?
Yes. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's probably not as bad. To be fair, it's not as bad as Freck. Now I'm readjusting the way I'm thinking. I think Freck is not as bad as all that now.
Fine.
But anyway, yeah, we'll leave it there for now. Right, the Eagles. We've got. I agree. Is it worse or worse? It's worse than the Balrog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. So we've got 2 eagle lists. They're both going as the stinkiest of stinking bishops. Next is the Shire. We've got Lobelia. We've got the Cart. I think this is stinking bishop.
Again. Love Gandalf the Grey. Absolute mad love.
Yeah, but it's
mad love for Gandalf the Grey on the Cart.
You wait until when your Elrond gets hit by a firework for the 3rd time and knocked prone, and your Arwen is having an umbrella waved at her and she can't do anything.
So I'm going to say that I consider that Lobelia just the same as those blooming Barrow White things, in that given that I like mega big heroes, this 15-point umbrella woman just goes, nah, you're not having fun for God knows how long. And by the way, Gandalf's just dismounted you and you've just been clubbed to death by some randomly strength 7 hobbits with +2 wound. So, yeah, great. This game's lost a lot of fun, hasn't it? Yeah, I don't.
The saving grace, I think, is the person I know who has this army is nice and is a lovely person to play against.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to say that I would rather play against those hobbits than the bears.
Okay. All right. Well, let's put it there, because there is a counter. I think if you've got another horde of models, then I think that's fair, because the hobbits do die if you get the right things. So okay, let's move on. We've got the Shadows of Angmar. This is the
quite excited about that. I think that's a Gorgonzola one for me.
Yeah, I think that's solidly in the Gorgonzola. I agree. Is it worse than the Hunter Orcs? We don't really know. Yeah, it's about in the same category as all those. I'm happy
so. They're all kind of much of a muchness to Gorgonzola.
Yeah, I agree. It's just not quite sure. Yeah, just average. What about the Ents? Because they're good, but are they egregiously unpleasant to play against? I don't know.
Kind of a little bit. It's like why do we find the Eagles so stinking when the
it's because of that. It's because of that piercing cry, isn't it? It's the piercing cry. You get that one go where they all charge in, they screech, and then you can't do anything for that turn. They just call heroic combats, and they
all just do a barge, and whatever you've done, they just move you out of the way and take out
your big heroes, and then that's that. And whereas the Ents, they charge at you, they punch you in the face, but you can do something against them. But it is difficult.
Either. Yeah,
no, they can't fly. That's true. I think but they are pretty strong. I think probably another Gorgonzola actually.
I think so. I've killed a lot.
They don't have a lot. They don't have a lot of whimsy, do they? They don't have much whimsy anymore. Sadly,
what reduces the whimsy, I think, for the Ents is the Merry and Pippin on the tree, and when you're playing these scenarios where you've got to kill like a hero, and they go, oh well, bloody Pippin's a hero, or you can't target, blah blah blah. It's just kind of like it's one of those. The Merry and Pippin on the back of the Hobbit.
I believe you can in combat now, but you can't in shooting still.
Yeah, so pain in the piss because they're clearly there, and your sharpshooters can shoot someone's horse, whatever, from far away. But you can't shoot a Pippin sat on the top of a tree. I mean,
that's true.
It's
true. All right, Gorgonzola.
They're the reason I'm not keen on the Ents list, not the Ents themselves, but them.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's the hurl. Back in the day, hurl was fun because we call it Ent bowling, and it would be the only way you could get any sort of decent hits. Now it's just like I'm going to repeatedly throw people at the one person in your list that actually has strike and is able to chop up an Ent. And now it's
it's having a modified break or quartering point due to 10-point. It's like an upgrade to increase your break point by so much for something you can't target to get rid of.
Yeah, that's a fair.
A little bit.
Well, anyway, it's Gorgons. Maybe we should upgrade it to Stilton based on that.
No, it's got a whimsical name. It's got a whimsical name. I think
it's whimsy. All right, okay. Let's move on to these Arnor. So this is so we don't know the detail about the Arnor list, but it could be the really boring kind of old version with Malbeth and stuff, or it could be slightly more exciting with Rangers and
you know what's in it. I don't know.
I think it's leaning towards the more boring old version, I'm afraid.
Well, it's going to have to go in the top of Stilton.
Somewhere here?
Lower down than that. Above Earl. Yeah, above. Yeah.
I agree. I think that's fair. It's pretty cheesy, but it's just because it's boring to play against, isn't it? And there's nothing exciting. It's not like recreating a moment for the movie. So yeah, Stilton.
Save on like 5.
Yeah,
kind of
Stilton.
Doing all
Stilton
the work
for me. And now, finally, the 2 finalists are yours and mine. Yours is so you get to rate mine, I get to rate yours. Rivendell. So we know that you've got both double Wrath of Bruinen and just elves. So, I mean, I don't think this is whimsy personified.
Oh, there's very little whimsy in this.
There's not a lot of whimsy. It's a solid list, but it's also not unpleasant to play against, I would argue. So I would put it somewhere in Gorgonzola.
It's a mixed list. It's got nicely painted dudes with proper shields.
I think it's nice.
So,
yes, actually, that's true. You know what? I haven't looked at your list in great detail, but I believe you tend to avoid giving swordsmen shields. Is that right?
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't give them swordsmen.
So that you gain a whimsy point for that. So I think you're going to go into cheddar. You're going to go into cheddar.
No, I'm not. I think if you were an opponent wanting to play a list, you'd rather play my list because it's kind of got nothing really egregious, and I mainly just want to break as quickly as possible so I can use the Mega Wrath because that's the fun.
Indeed. Oh, we have actually finally got quite a lot of people that suddenly started responding. Aaron Pullen was saying Stinking Bishop for when was that? When we were deciding on what was that? That we were unsure about deciding on? Was it the end?
Yeah. You've got to put the faction and the tier. You can't just.
Woody Rex says you can't put hobbits in Stinking Bishop. A firework is pure whimsy, and then he agrees with you that it's that we clearly
hobbits aren't in Stinking Bishop, are they?
No, that's what he said. He said, "God bless you, Tim, for saving them from Stinking Bishop," because I said they were Stinking Bishop, I believe. Joshua Torrance says, "Ent's less fun to listen to on the podcast, but Merry and Pippin are Gorgonzola." So yeah, I think we got Gorgonzola. Battlecamp has just joined in. Welcome, Battlecamp.
Has he?
Sorry, I'm late.
The last 2 hours.
Not fully sure what's going on, he says. Well, basically, we're rating all of the lists coming to the Entmoot Invitational next weekend from a scale of cheesiness, from Derry Dunker being mild in the cheese department and Stinking Bishop being the cheesiest of cheese. That's something that's horrible that you might gift to a person at Christmas to, so they unwrap the parcel and then, feel like they've been sent some sort of stink bomb or something. So that's what we're doing. So you've missed most of it. We're now on the very last list, which is the Road to Rivendell, which is my list. So I can now exclusively reveal my army list. No, I can't because I haven't got it printed out or saved. But I can tell you what it is. It is.
You shouldn't need it printed out or saved. You should be able to just press it on tabletop.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I haven't got it there. I haven't got it ready. I just need to open the save the image and then transfer it across. And luckily, because we've just had this sequence of us talking about it, it's given me a few seconds with which to drag the file from the thing onto the thing, and then do the thing, and then bish bash bosh. There it is. So this is my 600.10 model list that I'm going to be using at the Entmoot Invitational next week. It's got 10 models, one bow, one pony, crucially, and a man who carries a tray of food around, a man who carries a lamp around, and Tom Bombadil. And of course we've got Frodo Baggins on the horse with Arwen, which is actually quite good. So what are we thinking here? So bearing in mind, it's a list that literally has whimsy personified in Tom Bombadil, as we described at the start. What is whimsy? I said, and you agreed. Tom Bombadil is whimsy.
Yep, I agree. Tom Bombadil is whimsy. It wasn't whimsy when I took it against someone's Balrog. That wasn't whimsy.
That's what I'm hoping to happen. Play against the Eagles. Play against the Balrog.
I had Goldberry as well.
That's strong. Yeah, that's
that
Goldberry. I think Goldberry's actually better than Bombadil now, but of course you have to have Bombadil before you get Goldberry. So,
why have you taken Goldberry?
I think it was the points. It was 80 points, and it would mean I would lose hobbits, and I can't lose hobbits because
not really. So there's that traditional dichotomy of whimsy here, in that you've got Bill the Pony, which is good.
100% Bill the Pony.
Bombadil, which is good.
Yes.
And you've got Gamgee, and you've got to have him because
got to have more.
Because now he can hit people with his frying pan.
Frying pan on a 4+, stun him. Yeah,
which is great. You've got Merry and Pippin, who are utter dog crap, and that's important.
So,
but at the same time, Gatekeeper of Bree. He's very nasty, isn't he? He's one of those surprise packages of nasty.
Yeah, but he's only nasty against the odd model. He's very similar to Lobelia. He has the sort of basically on a roll of a 3+, he basically stops you activating or stops you moving this turn. But I think that's less egregious than Lobelia, because Lobelia can do it every single turn, whereas the Gatekeeper can only do it 3 times because he can only spend his will to do it. He's got 3 points of will, and he only does it on a 3+, and it's only within 6 inches, and it doesn't do it to monsters. So although it can be quite powerful 2 or 3 turns in a row, probably 2 out of the 3 because you've got on a 3+, I don't think it's as egregious as Lobelia. So, you know.
No, I mean it's you know it's quite delicate. It's quite easy to smash up. It's got some real rubbish. I mean, you can break it. You can break it by killing about 120 points worth of models. So
yeah, well, maybe even less. What is it? 5 models? Well, 6 to break, isn't it? So yeah, you do actually. Yeah, you do. So you'd have to take out Bill the Pony, Sam, 2 hobbits. That's not even 100 points yet. Then the Gatekeeper of Bree and Barlaman for the rest of it. But then you're left with Bombadil, Arwen, Aragorn, and Asphaleth, and Frodo sat on there, which is pretty nasty. So.
I like it. I mean, it's got Bombadil, which is jolly fun.
Do we know what Bombadil's? Are you aware of the changes to Bombadil and how he works now? Is this worth talking about? Because I feel like a lot of people, I think he's been unfairly chastised by the community. He used to be included in every event, every pack as being you're not allowed to take Bombadil, which I think is outrageous because he's never been that bad. As long as you agree that a base is an inch, because of that whole stupid thing of if you don't know Bombadil, you can't move into his control zone, and so you have to assume that his base that bases are in a full inch, because otherwise that means you can sort of have a little stupid bubble thing where nobody can charge anyone. Which is rubbish, obviously. That's not fair. But anyway, the deal is now he's got 12 will. He's 120 points. So, and once he's reduced to 0 will, he runs away like the Ringwraiths. So it's essentially 10 points per will. So you've got to use those. And every time he's in combat, he spends a point of will, and he can spend his will on any number of songs listed below, including "Hey Come Merry Doll," which is a restores a wound to someone. There's another one that adds 3 inches to their move value and treats all. So it's anyone within 6 of him moves quickly that turn, which is cool. And then he also has a Wake Now, My Merry Lads, which is immediately recovering from a magical power, and additionally can't be targeted by enemy magical powers or special rules until the end of the turn, which is very handy. Then there's another one is ultimately passing courage tests for everyone within 6, and then he can also immediately cause a wound to a spirit, which is very exciting. And also the crucial thing is nobody can charge him, nobody can hurt him in any way, affect him in any way by magical powers, special powers, any magical power that would target Tom as a sort of would be automatically resisted, all that sort of stuff. So it's just he's untargetable by anything. So yeah, that's Tom Bombadil. So he can do some things, but he used to be able to give everyone a 3 point of might, will, fate, and a wound back every turn. He can't do that anymore, which is a shame.
I think he used to be 150 points.
Yeah, he was a lot more than he is now.
He used to have more will, and depending how you see it.
Oh, and Tom, sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt you there. Elliot has come on the stream and accused you of a lack of integrity about the lack of lemons.
He should, well, like he suggested, he should have to go back and watch from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. There is the lemon.
Have a lemon, but I've now put it in my cup of tea. So
there you go. So there you go. There you go, Elliot.
We wouldn't anyway. Sorry, like Lemon Gate or anything like that.
No, exactly. We've lost it. So what do we think? How are we going to rate the road to Rivendell as a list? Is it? This is the big question. Is it Darely Dunkers?
No, it's definitely not.
This is whimsy defined.
It isn't. It's not got Gildor.
You think it's better than
not Dunkers?
But you said okay. Now I'll stand on this pedestal now. If you put Gildor in, you have to remove Hobbits, because as soon as or Bombadil or maybe you could drop the Gatekeeper and
okay. I'm going to say this then.
Go on.
What's the name of the list? It's Road to Rivendell. Yeah. And who was on the roads to Rivendell?
Well, it depends where you judge the start of the road. The road being
was at any point during the going down the road. Well, I suppose was Arwen there? You know,
well, it depends if you're reading the book or not.
At any point, did Barliman Butterbur bump into Tom Bombadil?
No,
did he?
Guess not. But then nor did Gildor. Although
yeah,
no, so
Gildor, and as you know,
I am ashamed to have dropped Gildor from the list. To be fair,
it's a difficult one, isn't it? To be,
it is difficult. I think it was choice was Bombadil or Gildor and a few elves, and I think Bombadil's just.
I think the fact that Bombadil wasn't banned, and you should take him, really, shouldn't you? So, but
what do we think? People comment. Let us know. What do you think?
It's not as fun as Legolas and Gimli on the horse.
No,
it's not. It isn't. Sorry, it's not. It's not as good. It's not as good. It's not. No. What's happened?
Apologies.
Right. Sorry, you kind of just randomly left me, and I thought everything had crashed and gone bang.
I've got one of these Apple mice, and I swipe left, and it goes back for some reason. Then out of the studio. Anyway, yeah, where were we? You had thoughts?
No, it's fine. It's got cool toys. It's got things we don't see, but it's kind of it's sacrificed a little bit of integrity by being a kind of soup, by picking and choosing the best bits of book and film and all sorts of stuff, and the fact that you just want to take. I respect the fact that you just want to take some cool models, but in the Dunkers list, we've got the Snow Troll, and the Catapult, and the two chaps on the horse, which are.
Well, I've got Frodo and Arwen on the horse. That's pretty good.
Don't cry at me. You've said that I can choose where it's going to go.
Yeah.
And I'm not even sure I want to put it as high as Sharku. I think I might put it in cheddar between Sharku and Angry Santa.
Okay.
Not going to get asked to back on again now, am I?
No, that's that's fair, because you're totally right. If I was really sacrificing theme and stuff like that, then I would drop the Gatekeeper and Barlam and Butterbur and put Gildor in and an elf, perhaps. Maybe that's the better way to do it. I should probably have considered that, because I didn't really think about that, and I don't know whether it's better, because Gildor actually has the magic and stuff, doesn't he? So he might even have been the better choice.
It's a nice list in that it lets you be selective at which point in the book or film you want to build your highly thematic list from. In an edition that has been designed to encourage players to go theme, and you have sadly just gone ham for the cool toys, which is good. I mean, I respect that, but at the same time, a little bit of integrity has been sacrificed there.
Yeah, that's fair. See, I think that I know the reason why I did this.
You should seriously reconsider your actions.
I think I can reveal. Now I've just done the maths. What's happened is if you drop Barlaman and the Gatekeeper, that's 85 points, which gives you enough points for Gildor for 70, and then a Nolder in Exile for 9, I think it is, or 10. 10 with the spear or something like that. Ooh. And then that puts you up to 595 points.
I'm just going to have to turn around and check my child has found his lanyard for school, because he's been rushing around being all stressed about it.
Okay, all right. You mute. So I'll preach to the rest of the folks that if you do that, if you take them out, which is fair enough because they're not on the road, and you add in Gildor and an elf, which are on the road, of course, you're left with 595 points, which is fine because you're 5 points under. But you can the only way to spend that 5 points is by buying Sting, which of course he gets at Rivendell. Frodo gets at Rivendell. So I think, you could then
buy Sting. You just go 5 points.
You just go 5 points down, and
that
is of course
the player who's brought the 588 points.
Yeah, and that is why the player with 588 points is the Darely Dunkers winner. So, I guess,
do they get some I mean, assuming
we have to now get.
Should we get them some Darely Dunkers?
If you have time to get some Darely Dunkers, I will do it. You know what? Woody Rex says top of cheddar for me. I think that's fair. But yeah, sure.
Second
You know what?
top from cheddar is,
I think the Sharky list shouldn't be higher than mine because it includes a shaman, and there were no shamans in the movie. So, but anyway, and Battle Camper says shame. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's hard to argue this. I think the Gildor is good. The Gildor, he's fine. He's weak in terms of combat in the same way that the others are. He's also higher fight value, so maybe he was a better choice. He's got a mobilize and writhing vine, so that could have been fun. Would have added an elf spear. Could have put the elf spear behind Merry and Pippin. But is that
your banner on an elf and with a cloak on and just hide? They move.
Well, and I wouldn't have had a banner. I would have no banner because I've got to have Build a Pony, and Build a Pony's a banner. So I don't know. Maybe I'm going to regret this. But Barlaman's funny. He's got, he can add wounds to people. The Gatekeeper's got the silly light thing. So I don't know. Anyway, well, I'm quite happy with.
Don't feel sad about being.
I'm in cheddar. I'm in cheddar. It's true. I'm in cheddar. I'll take that.
Where am I? You're better than mine, aren't you?
Yeah. You're at the bottom of cheddar because I think your list is pretty cool.
It's not very thematic at all, though, is it? It's not a thematic list I've brought. So,
well,
if you want to be happy,
father and daughter. Yeah, I think that's good.
I feel we should maybe, just for tidying up sake, move something from Stilton into Stinking Bishop, should we, to make it or
I still think the Hobbits deserve to be in the Stinking Bishop, but no, I think that's right. I think those are the most egregious ones at the very bottom. I think it's a good. It doesn't look as balanced, but I think it's correct. So I'm quite happy with that.
Fine. Are we going to pick one that we think is going to win?
Well, obviously, the Darely Dunkers list doesn't necessarily mean they're bad lists. I think
they've won the hearts and minds, but are they going to win?
I think we could easily see a Cheddar or a Darely Dunkers list win the tournament. The Rivendell is very good. I know you're piloting it though, so I think the Punchy Santa and Hera could be really good in the right list. They could be pretty good. But if I'm completely honest, I do think the Balrog's got a good chance of winning the list. Yeah, because the Eagles have got no chance against the Balrog because the Balrog just whips them and kills them. But yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. Do you know? I'm going to go out on a bit of a limb.
Yeah.
And say I don't think the Balrog's going to win.
Oh, go on.
I think the Bears are going to win.
The Bears. I don't think the Bears are going to do this.
Do you not?
Okay.
I think even if you leave all the Bjornings hid behind a wall and just go pure ham with the two bears, that the two bears and all that shooting can do quite bad things, assuming they're up beyond.
No bows in this one. Yeah, because if you have the bow, you lose the two-handed axe, don't you? So that's probably why.
Yeah, but the bows could have done quite a lot of work, couldn't they, against the Eagles? I don't know. I think the Bears.
What's the fight value of the bear? The bear is fight 8?
8.
What's the eagle? Fight 7? Yeah, you're right. I think that's true. The Bears will be able to kill the Eagles easy.
I think and also I don't think the Eagles, even if they screech or whatever, you can still tank that with your two bears, can't you?
Oh yeah, well their screech doesn't help them if they're charging something that's fight 8.
And I think a bear could potentially do quite a lot of damage against a Balrog as well.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Grimbeorn's only fight 7, so but he's got a strike, so yeah, and they've both got defense. Yeah, you might be right. Right.
I'm gonna, because I'd like to back something that was quite well, hopefully, because it's going to be a different table for me because I don't particularly want to play against it. But I think the Bears.
Here's a question: what's the range of the umbrella? Do you know?
No.
In the Shire, because it doesn't affect monsters. It doesn't affect monsters, but if you can get your Brolly waving at the Beyond the Man or Grim Beyond the Man before they get a chance to turn into a bear, they might never get a chance to turn into a bear.
They're going to turn into a bear as soon as they move, aren't they?
No, but if you get a chance to go first, then they can't activate because they shut you. What's it? I know it's only 6 inches, but they would not be able. They would not be able to activate, which is pretty grim.
Whimsical. I quite like that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna go for tournament winner Bear.
All right. Well, fair enough. Bears.
I'm gonna go for Balrog second.
I think Balrog
third.
I think Balrog first and the Road to Rivendell second.
Okay.
Why not?
Well, that's very exciting.
Well, it was great to be able to use the tier list in a cheesy way, which is brilliant. And Tim, I don't know whether anyone else has noticed throughout the whole stream. It's been great seeing your little caption change regularly. I've noticed it. I don't know how many did you have? I noticed at least 3.
6 or 7 now.
6 or 7. Oh wow, that's pretty good. Either way, very good. Oh, Woody Rex says their Arnor should win. Their pilot may be swaying that decision. Yes, I know that the pilot is a very good player, but I don't think he's got an answer. Arnor has an answer to the number of Bjornings or Eagles or Balrogs kicking about. So we'll see though. Lovely. I think that's it. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on a Sunday night. And Tim, thank you so much for talking about this. And we will see you.
First live me on the old Entmoot, which is very exciting. And
we did a Lord of the Imps. We've did a Lord of the Imps chat before, haven't we?
Was that live?
Yeah, we did a live one before. Yeah, it was live. Yes,
that must have been a long time ago then. But yeah, very exciting. I've managed to. I've put hardly any swearing at all. So
no, exactly.
Not going to get demonetized there. So yeah, it's been lots of fun.
And will you be up for doing this again ahead of the Lord of the Imps tournament
Lord
in
of the
October?
Imps, tell me, what is this?
Well, Lord of the Imps is my big bonanza in middle of October. I think I'm trying to think of the actual date of it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's coming up
in
very,
Lincoln.
very
I hear Lincoln.
Yes, Lincoln. What a wonderful place to come, and you get there's
Spend
homebrew.
the weekend, bring the family.
Yeah, bloody good castle here.
Tickets still available for anyone who hasn't got one yet.
There are tickets. Yeah, it's hot lunches as well. We've got 68 players out of 80 possible, so there's plenty of room for another 12 if you have 11 friends you want to bring along with you. It's going to be good. You're going to see Elliot Shillinglaw of Gollum's Gamers fame actually playing the game as opposed to just talking about it. And there's other highly esteemed players in the room, including Mr. Alex Temple, who'll be there from Battle Camper, and other such stars. Other such stars, including Michael Haskell will be there, who's an absolute gem of the scene. Ruth and Chris Cooper will be there. It's going to be brilliant. So yeah, good luck getting tickets. Now I've mentioned all of these exciting people, it'll be brilliant. But yeah, hopefully we'll see you all there. There'll be homebrew, there'll be hot lunches, and there'll be whimsy aplenty because Tim will probably wear his hat.
No, but I am bringing the traditional Freddos.
Oh yes, and there's a lot of Freddo tasks. Anyway, okay, enough top bants. We shall see you for the next stream ahead of that one. And thanks very much, everyone, for joining us on this belated Sunday night. Bye bye now, beloved. Love you. Bye.